Welcome to Talk Nerdy with me and Mara. And today we have a guest, Nina.
Hi. Thanks
for
having me, ladies.
Nina's the first time she's been on Talk Nerdy, right?
I think so.
We don't usually have guests.
It's been too long. So we'll say it's long overdue if it's this is the first time.
I think this might be the second time because I seem to remember streaming with you ladies before, but I think it may have been on Mara's channel, not on.
I was gonna say but it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. We don't normally have guests. It's usually just me and Mara. And me torturing Mara. That's usually what it is.
Yes, I'm still scarred from that video you made me watch last time.
I don't remember. Oh.
Yes.
Oh no,
the button. Actually, I don't remember which one I showed you. Anyway,
I'm not going to remind you if you can't remember.
I don't remember. I've watched so many cringe videos. I don't remember. And I send Mara many videos. So I honestly can't remember which one it was. But today is not going to be one of those days. We will watch some cringe videos, but it has to do with a very serious situation. It's going to be a different Talk Nerdy. We're not really going to go over, cringe in pop culture news. We're going to actually talk about Trump and what happened yesterday. It was a day that will be remembered for sure in everybody's mind. I was actually I think I was maybe 10 or 15 minutes behind in the news when it all happened. I couldn't believe it. It was just a matter of time, honestly, because the Democrats, we've reached, I was watching Ben Shapiro, right? We might actually watch Ben Shapiro's video because it's very good. But he was saying that we've reached a boiling point here in the nation where we are so incredibly divided that people hate Trump to the point the Democrats have made Trump so evil to the point where people literally think he's Hitler. Mm-hmm. He's the second coming of Hitler. He's evil. He must be stopped. And
I've never seen. Granted, I'm not that old, but I've never seen a president so vilified as Trump for the stupidest reasons. I mean,
not even Bush. And
there have been presidents that people have not liked, and for legitimate reasons. But it's to vilify a president. This is the first time I've ever seen them do that.
Just full disclaimer for your audience. I just would like to let everybody know that I am not American. I'm going to be talking about politics here, but take my Canadian opinion with a grain of salt. I'm a Canadian that lives in Mexico. So
it would be interesting to get an outsider's perspective. That's why I always last night when we were talking about this on Max's channel, I was listening to Disbrew talk about it. And it's very interesting. I'm interested in hearing about how the world views this. Right. It's very interesting to see how the world views all of this. But when you vilify someone to the point that they are the second coming of evil, and you're a part of a party that has so many mental health issues. Honestly, what do you expect? And you talk about those mental health issues as, oh, don't worry about it. You're just born this way. There's nothing wrong with you.
There was, a lot of it goes back to the basically downplaying mental health issues, normalizing them. I think we need to bring back asylums, quite frankly, because
I'm with you on that.
Granted, mental health is an actual spectrum. It's an actual spectrum, but at the same time, it's you're seeing so much deviate to the extremes that
and the media, they're not helping.
No, the media is not helping at all. But what happened yesterday? There was an attempted assassination of former President Donald Trump,
which the media doesn't want to call it that.
No, they don't want to call it that. It's incredible what CNN said that he fell.
Well, all of them did. I mean, I think even Fox News at the very beginning was it
was they were chomping at the bit because we're always saying oh, Joe Biden fell, because he's always fucking falling. He's legit always falling. It's Trump fell. Someone hurry up, put it up there. Trump fell. And there was someone else said there was no immediate danger. It's
Yeah, like so
That's how it's being reported.
Well,
it's like
tell that the
popping
family
out.
who lost someone because an innocent civilian in the crowd was killed.
Yes.
2 are now on stable condition. Fine, like they were on critical, now they're on stable condition. So yeah, tell that to the family that lost a husband and a father.
Mm-hmm.
That's really sad.
Where's it at? Hold on.
Yeah, it's
Speaking
really
of which,
tough.
let's show that. Here he is, R.I.P. hero. Yes, absolutely. The victim who was shot and killed at the Trump rally has been identified as Corey Comprator, a former fire chief in Buffalo Township. Corey was shielding his wife and young daughter from the gunfire when he was killed. Please pray for his family. So he died shielding his family. The fact that the cope at the very beginning of this, right? The cope. And even after it was said that, like, there was someone in the audience that was shot and injured, right? Not yet reported dead, but like shot and injured in the crowd. Even on Twitter, when people are like, oh my gosh, it's so staged. It's staged. It's staged. Even when I was sharing all of these links and everything, because as it was happening, that's what I was doing. I was sharing all of these links to Cobra Cast, so they can like pull up links, whatever. I was getting like text messages from my friend, and they're like, I think it's staged. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, already they're like, I think it's staged. It's like, how is it staged? People were shot in the crowd. Yeah. If it's staged, it was very poorly staged to have like the injuries in the crowd. I texted back. I was like, I think it's like reported that someone actually died. So if it's staged, yeah, they're taking a huge risk staging this. But no, it wasn't staged. It was not staged. 100% it wasn't staged. People saying that like him getting up right away, which he didn't, by the way. He didn't get up right away. People are saying that he got up right away. He didn't.
No, he was down for a while because you clearly hear the agents, like, they're crowding around him, they're holding him down, basically. He's staying down, and you like they're waiting for the actual clear. Like, they have to wait for like multiple people to say clear. And that means that the shooter has been dealt with. Because they're not going to let him get up unless the shooter has been dealt with. And then you clearly hear them say that word.
Yeah, he was down there for a while. And for them to say like, oh, it was staged, who gets up and pumps their fist in the air? It's like a man who's fucking had enough. That's who. Okay, a man who has had enough.
The fist in the air thing was interesting to me because I saw a lot of people like commenting about that, especially the lefties are like, who would do that? And the thing is that like I think Trump did it on several levels because I think he obviously is a man who has a lot of grit. He has a lot of resolve. And I'm sure, knew that this was going to be a possibility at some point because of how much hate he's been getting for the past, however long. And I'm sure he has people who have warned him about certain things like this and prepped him about what should happen if that situation occurs. So when it happened, his reaction was actually very, like, in a way, very calculated because, he knows he got lucky. So when he went down and he came back up, he knew that was his moment, right? Because he has so much resolve. He's like, I knew they were going to take me out, but I'm going to show the people who are here to see me that I'm not going to let this stop me. Like they tried to kill me. They tried to take me out. So he's telling his base, like, don't worry, we're going to fight. But it's the adrenaline as well. The guy almost got
the adrenaline. Yeah, absolutely.
The absolute adrenaline that must have been flowing through his body, because if you even watch the video, you can kind of tell because he's going through major adrenaline when he's doing that. And then literally 2 seconds later, his eyes kind of get hazy and he just kind of looks like he's about to pass out and they're like escorting him off. And that's when the adrenaline, you can tell, is dying down and the pain is probably hitting him because he's realized, what's actually happened.
Yeah.
Well, that's also another like I'm gonna add on to that. That's also one of the best things he could have done at that point, because whatever his motivation was to do that shows strength.
Exactly.
It does show strength.
Yeah.
And it's like, like one of the best. Like even if he didn't say fight or anything like that, just doing that was enough to motivate the crowd, because you saw, like, as soon as they saw him like pump his fist in the air, they were starting cheering, because that's what the American people want to see. They want to see an American president with strength.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that is something that we are lacking right now. It's something that we are lacking, is a president with strength. Hold on, let me find. Here it is. Let me share this video. I don't even know what this is from, but here it goes. You can see, like, when he, oh man, and this is like when he gets hit in his ear. But even before this, like when he gets hit in his ear, he's like, "Ow, what was that?" And then it's like it doesn't click right away.
Yeah.
You know, so for them to say like, "Oh my gosh, it's staged," it's like, no, it doesn't even click right away. He's like, "Ow, what the heck?"
Yeah.
And then
He's like,
when he hears the second one, he's like, "Oh shit!" And then he gets down.
Right? Yeah. He's like, "Did I just get stung by a bee? Like, what was
like
that?" You know, like it's like, what the fuck?
And people were like pointing out that it's like he was turned facing the crowd in front of him, and he turned at that split second.
Oh yeah, there's a great
where it grazed his ear.
A picture of that. But yeah, so he's like, "Oh shoot." And then he's like, he flinches, and then he finally gets down.
Like, okay, I'm not gonna pretend I know what it's like to be shot, but like I like, you know, like being in the military and things like that, and like actually watching true crime and studying it as part of like my psychology degree. Doesn't matter where you're shot. You're shocked first, unless you're killed outright.
Trauma.
You are in a state of shock. So for him not to react right away is actually normal. Like one, and two, the fact that it just grazed his ear. For all he knew, like a bug just
exactly
his ear at that point until he heard the second shot, and that's not a firecracker going off in the background. That's actually someone shooting.
Yeah. Exactly.
So like he was down for a while.
Yeah.
You guys want to know where I was while this was happening?
Like saying like, "Oh my gosh, who gets shot and immediately jumps up and pumps their fist in the air?" Like, no, he was down for a good amount of time. He was down for a while.
You guys want to know where I was while this was happening? I was playing freaking Helldivers. So I'm like, trying to, kill those bugs. And my phone, my husband's phone, everybody's phone starts going off the freaking, just going crazy. And I'm like, oh my God, some emergency must have happened. And then they're like, my family, my friends are like, Trump just got shot. And I'm like, what? Like, there's no way. And before that, I was like arguing about stupid shit on Twitter, like when you're just on there, like arguing about stupid stuff. And then all of a sudden I'm like, there's no way. Like the second I go and play for like an hour, then this happens. And so like, I didn't catch it in time, Stephanie. So you were like, no, I caught it. Like I didn't catch it live because I wasn't paying attention. And that's why when I was like, I
didn't quite catch it live either because I was watching a wrestling podcast while working on a thumbnail, so I'm going back and forth between two screens. And then I look down at my phone and I like bring up the
isn't it so funny?
I'm talking about Twitter. I bring up like Twitter to look at it, and all this is like,
all of it. Yeah.
This was my feed yesterday. This was all my feed yesterday. That was it. Like it was just all this news, just Trump, and all the updates. That was, and my phone also, like, it kept going off, but I was like ignoring it. I was sick earlier this week, so I was kind of like, I got used to just not opening up Twitter or Instagram.
Yeah.
I was like,
it's nice not to.
Finally, I was like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, that's what I was like. What the fuck's going on, man?
So he's down for a really long time.
But the craziest part for me too was that I was like, did he die? Like that was my first question. Is like, because I mean, everyone's like, he got shot. I'm like, well, does that mean he's dead? Like, well, what's going on? And of course, he didn't. Thank God. But it was that's crazy. Like, we're gonna who's setting this? I mean, like there's a stage. Who would stage this? This is crazy.
Yeah, the
even
fact
more
that
the fact that people are actually upset
just because he threw his fist in the air. Just because he threw his fist in the air. You know what? That is courage right there. Like that is courage. That is the resolve of a man who has been vilified for years and years and years, who has taken it and continued to fight for America. And now they have made an attempt on his life, and he lived. That is it. That is his resolve right there. He's like, I'm not going to stop fighting. You can't fucking scare me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Terrifying, man.
Yeah, I was pointing out earlier, Kay Roberts, that like you hear them clearly say clear, so they keep them down there until the shooter or the situation is under control.
Yeah. You got to get a confirmation.
Look at how long he's down. He's down for a while. And they're saying like, oh, he just went down and got straight back up. I'm like, no.
Yeah, you're hearing it now. Clear.
Mm-hmm.
And so, okay, so this part, this is where I was like, what the fuck? Like that woman right there. Look how tiny she is.
Oh, yeah. We're going to talk about the Secret Service women. The women of the Secret Service.
Dude, there's some DEI in the Secret Service.
Here's the photographer that got that iconic shot right there. Boom. Oh, nice. It's one of these two guys. They're up there. Look at that.
Yes.
Look at his face. He's like, fight.
Yeah.
Fight.
Wow. Like, that's it. That moment won him the election right there. That's it. It's done. I mean, he had already kind of won because of the debate. I mean, come on.
Look, another triple fist. Another triple fist pump right here. This man will not be stopped. I can only imagine like how he must have just like sat down and like, oh my God.
When adrenaline wears off,
I could have fucking died. He doesn't have to do this. He doesn't have to run for president. He does not have to do this.
No.
By all accounts, he could stop. He could stop his campaign. He does not have to campaign to be the president of the United States. This is a very rich man. He can just retire and go on and live out the remainder of his days. He does not have to campaign and be the president of the United States again. He doesn't have to do that.
Yeah, but Stephanie, he wants to do that because he's a dictator that wants power and wants to rule over you, Stephanie. Yeah. Come on, get
dictator
with it.
That stayed was gone for 4 years because we had an authoritarian election that removed him.
That's right, Mara.
I was like,
get your facts straight.
Yeah,
I have internalized this podcast. I don't have my facts straight apparently.
The fact that he's continuing on and not stopping. That is the courage that we need in this country right now. That is the resolve. That is the bravery that we need in this country. Not a weak fucking president who can't walk down a single step without the assistance of his wife, of his caretaker, a man who can't walk up the flight of stairs without tripping 2 or 3 times, a man who cowers down when he gets asked difficult, non-scripted questions by the media. We are so used to a cowardly president that we cannot recognize a brave one. And that's just the weak men on the left. They are so used to this cowardly president because that is who they identify with. They identify with weak and cowardice, and they cannot reconcile. They can't wrap their brains around actual bravery, actual strength, actual courage, because they have none. They inherently have none. All they can do is bitch like women.
Yep.
This is crazy. This is crazy what happened yesterday. Oh my gosh.
History right there, man.
Yeah.
So that is a look again at what happened just moments ago.
Look at him.
Even that. Yeah, he's so pissed off. Yeah.
Even before he gets in the vehicle.
He's like, yeah, I'm alive.
He's like, they will not fucking stop.
Look again at
I'm not going
moments ago. And
if anything, his resolve is strengthened.
I think so, for sure. I mean, this guy, let's be real here. He probably thinks he's like, kind of been saved by God kind of thing at this point. Because that's a close call.
Well,
mind you, there was also a sacrifice made.
Yeah,
It was
without going anyone's faith, if his head hadn't turned in that second.
But there was a
Probably not.
sacrifice made as well, because the person who did catch that bullet, like, there was a life loss,
Yeah.
So it's not like this isn't like when people are saying that, oh, that was divine intervention. Was it though? Because somebody did die, I don't know. But for some reason, Donald Trump, man, I don't know, he's got good instincts. You can't say the guy doesn't have good instincts. He just like
someone made this chart. 0.05 seconds from Civil War. I made this
For
graphic
one.
to show you how close we really were yesterday. Look at that. It could have been a totally different story yesterday had he not just turned his head to look at something. That is insane. That is, dude, it would have been completely different reporting. And you know what? The media would still find a way, even if it had gone this way, right? The media would have been like, well, he spent years of espousing hateful rhetoric. It's Trump's fault. Because that's what they're saying now.
Well, I mean,
they
that's
would
what
have
they're
been
saying now.
even worse
Yeah.
with him, if this had happened, it would have been even worse because he's not alive to fight back.
That's what they're saying right now about the guy that died. You have people like Destiny saying things like, that guy that was there, he deserved to die because he was basically there to, support an insurrectionist, and therefore whatever they get, they deserve. So it's a really weird line of thought. That's why people say that America is so divided. And people like me standing on the outside looking in. I mean, I don't think I've ever seen America this divided. Not in my lifetime, anyways. Maybe like during Vietnam, but I wasn't alive then. But I think like there was a lot of division during Vietnam era as well. I don't know if this is as bad. I think it's crazier because of the times we live in, like in terms of social media, because everything is amplified. So back then,
Vietnam was like, that was like primarily over whether or not you agreed with the war. And I'm not going to go into like anything like that pretty much, but that's where like a lot of it stemmed. And that's basically what propelled the leftists into power during that era, pretty much because of people's disenchantment, dislike, being against the Vietnam War. In this case, it's like full on based like the cultivation of mental illness, normalization of mental illness, and indoctrination in our education systems. We're basically seeing that come to fruition with the mentality.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Indoctrination in the education system is one of the big tools that they are using to continue to divide in the nation, right? Especially in colleges. The students in colleges are completely brainwashed, and it's very sad to see.
Oh my God, it's terrible.
Yeah. But don't be fooled. But I like this statement right here. All of the Democrats right now, right, that are saying, oh my gosh, there's no room for violence. There's no room for violence. These are the people that are telling you, like, get out there, stay in the streets, light them up. These are the media that has been saying, like, oh, these protests, all these people, no, it's mostly peaceful, right? These are the people that are encouraging all of the violence on their side and calling it peaceful. This
was happening a few years ago.
Right? They're encouraging all of this violence. They're encouraging all of the hatred. They're behind it. They've
been doing it forever.
They are blowing smoke on the fire. They're making it bigger. And by all the Democrats saying, like, there's no room for violence. There's no room for violence. It's like, are you fucking kidding me right now? Seriously?
There's no room for violence, but since like Trump became president, you had people like Kathy Griffith going around like putting images of like, her holding Trump's head, decapitated head or whatever. You've had this notion for a long time, especially about MAGA Republicans or whatever you want to call them at this point. And then of course, before that, like, during the COVID era, it became an insane thing where, it didn't even matter if you're a Democrat or not. At that point, whoever wasn't vaccinated was the enemy. And, that at that point, everybody was, just thrown under the bus. And you had people being very vicious to people who were refusing to get vaccinated. So things have changed. I mean, in that sense of about the liberal compassion, like they have not.
Yeah,
been
there is no
compassionate.
liberal compassion. There is only
Yeah.
liberal violence and liberal hate.
I've stopped calling them liberal
It
'cause they've
is to the
commandeered
point
that
where,
word.
like, you
They're
mentioned
not liberal.
COVID, right? You mentioned COVID, and people were losing their jobs. People were getting yelled at. People were, turning to violence, turning to hatred, and villainizing the people that wouldn't get on board with, the COVID agenda. And then, like, I'm sorry, but Trump supporters, like, who were wearing, remember that? I can't even remember, but there was like a rally for Trump supporters, and there were Trump supporters that were walking out in the street, and they got like assaulted by Antifa and by leftists. Do you remember that? I can't remember which one it was, but there was like a woman walking with her kid in a stroller, got assaulted. Why? Because they were wearing, MAGA Trump support, like MAGA wear, right? They're making make America straight, make America great again.
Make America straight again. That was great.
We're running with that.
You
We're gonna make
that?
We're gonna make
we need that hat.
We need that hat. Make America straight again. We're during June. Really?
I cannot remember. God damn it.
We need that merch. I'd buy that.
Maybe I'll make it. But no, yeah, I can't remember where this was. I cannot remember where this was. But yeah, that too.
I seem to recall, but then like I remember that got overshadowed with the Juicy Smollett stuff because he was all like about the MAGA thing too. Like I got attacked by MAGA.
He was out at 2 a.m. going for a Subway sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what Subway's even open then?
The fuck are you talking about? Yeah.
I can't remember. And it was like they attacked another old man. It was like multiple Trump supporters got attacked in the street, and I cannot remember where it was. But like I feel like a little bit after that, like people were afraid, right, to wear their MAGA hats and all that stuff out in public.
There was a Larry David episode about that in one of the new Curb seasons, not the latest one, the one before. And it was like because he hates small talk, so he didn't want to like talk to people, and he was like, "Oh, all I gotta do is wear MAGA, and everyone will avoid me." And he did, and it was amazing. But it got him into a lot of other trouble.
But still, like, why would you be afraid to wear your MAGA hat out in public or your Trump support shirt out in public? Why? Have a bumper sticker on your car. Why would you be afraid of that? Oh, because the crazy fucking liberals will beat you up in the street, or they'll scratch your car, they'll dent your car, they'll call you names out in public. Like that's where the country is at this point. That's how vilified Trump has become.
Did you see that psycho chick that like made the TikTok video about like you had one job to do?
I'm gonna pull up those TikTok videos to
oh my god, that shit was cringe.
This stream. You know what? I saw somebody in the chat. I need to find him. Because we haven't seen him in a long time. And I saw him in the chat. He like flew by. Where are you at? Oh my gosh. I could not believe it. I should have pulled him up right away, but we were talking. Here he is, Alex McCarthy. Yes. I hope you are doing well, sir. It is good to see you. Fake mustache. It is good to see you, Alex. I hope you are doing well. It's good to see you in the chat again. Hello. Oh my goodness. How are you doing? It's so good to see you in the chat again, Alex. Let's watch this. The Democrats are coming out. There's no room for violence. When they've been not even silently, honestly, like the past 2 years, it's just been out in the open. Right?
I'm sorry, but that account is hilarious.
Yeah, it's been out in the open, just fanning the flames of hate. Oh, here we go. Don't believe the half-hearted statements made by Democrats in an attempt not to look like radicals today. Watch this and believe it. They've framed him as the next Hitler and fantasized about doing violence to him. This video shows you who they really are. There's actually been multiple videos like this made. Multiple videos. And the fact that there are multiple videos like this made that really speaks volumes.
You got to be ready to throw a punch. You have to be ready to throw a punch.
Donald Trump, I think you need to go back and then punch him in the face.
That I thought he should have punched him in the face.
I feel like punching
Wow.
him.
I'd like to take him behind the gym if I were in high school. If we were in high school, I'd take him behind the gym and beat the hell out of him. No, I wish we were in high school. I could
That's
take
why
him
you
behind
can
the
make a
gym.
sentence.
I will go and take Trump out tonight.
Take him out now.
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
They're still going to have to
Wait,
go
was
and put a
that
bullet
Johnny
in Donald
Depp?
Yeah, that was Johnny Depp.
Was he actually talking about Trump?
Yeah. Oh yeah, Johnny Depp has TDS.
Oh no, I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Trump out tonight.
Take him out now.
And they're using Hollywood too. Like that just, popped into my head. They're using Hollywood. This is the left. They're using the media because they have control of the news media. Media's on their side, right? And they have control of Hollywood. Bunch of Hollywood nut jobs, Hollywood liberals. They have
I
them.
gotta
on
say,
their
I'm a
side,
little
too.
surprised about Johnny Depp, considering what happened to him and how the media treated him. You would think that he would be like, maybe the media is not, quite fair to Trump as well. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like you would think it would give him a
No.
pause.
Johnny Depp is still a part of Hollywood. He still has that Hollywood brain.
Yeah, but Stephanie, you could be part of Hollywood and not be part of the,
You have to leave Hollywood. Like
crazy
you really
town.
have to look at everything and leave Hollywood. But no, yeah.
I
Johnny Depp
disagree with you,
is-
Stephanie. You don't know how many, there's a lot of people in Hollywood that are actually secretly Republican and possibly even MAGA. For sure Republican. MAGA is very different, but it's just a hidden secret. They just hide it. They don't want people to know.
That Nina is like right, basically. Like there's no way to know because they're not open with it.
They're not
But
open about it, but there's a lot of them are.
it's easier for them to be open about it if they leave Hollywood, but if they're still in Hollywood, it's not easier to be open
true.
about it.
Well, those people are riding the fence, not even talking politics then.
No.
No, they're not.
Those
They
are
can't
people that just
because they
don't
risk
talk
losing their
politics, because
jobs.
If they do,
Yes.
or if they did, they would get blacklisted.
Yeah, I'm saying they get
Exactly.
blacklisted, lose their
But
jobs.
no, this is
they can't.
right. Johnny Depp is someone who's not afraid to talk about it. I mean, listen to what he said.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean,
I didn't know that he was
Yeah.
TDS like that. That's crazy.
When was the last time an actor assassinated a president?
They're still going to have to go out and put a bullet in Donald Trump.
Show me where it says that
Oh
protests
my
are supposed to.
God.
yeah.
That guy.
Don't tell me that this is the media's just what? Democrats are like,
Shocking.
Well, I
What
never.
how could this happen? Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
There's
the
no
pearl
room for
clutching.
violence.
Shit.
What are you talking? No, this has been, this is
Who the
Didn't
fuck
make
was the other
nothing
guy that
over it.
actually said put a bullet in him? That guy
Yeah.
should get charged. No? Is that not a criminal? Holy fuck.
To be polite and peaceful.
I have thought an awful lot
Oh yeah, I saw
about
this.
blowing up the White House.
Please get up in the face of some Congress people.
People will do what they do.
I want to tell you, Gorsuch. I want to tell you, Kavanaugh. You have released the whirlwind, and you will pay the price.
We're gonna
You're
go in
ready to
there
aim the
really.
camera. Shut up.
But this is just a warning to you Trumpers. Be careful.
Jesus.
Walk
I like
lightly.
Sinead O'Connor.
And for those of you,
the black
she's
Sinead
like
O'Connor.
the fucking Joker.
Look at her fucking chin diaper, man.
Yeah.
This is what
I
I'm
know.
talking about. This is when the COVID times,
Yeah.
we're gonna get you unvaccinated fuckers.
Mm-hmm.
Round you
But
up.
still, she's like, you Trumpers, you Trump supporters. You villainize the head, right? The head of MAGA. You villainize Donald Trump, then you villainize the support base. You Trumpers. You're evil. All of you. All of the Republic. And then you just villainize the base. If you're,
The
you're
amount of
Republican, you're evil. You're
projection,
conservative,
man.
you're evil.
Yeah.
You're riding the fence, you're evil. If you are not a Democrat who is openly voting for President Biden, you're a Trump supporter and you are evil. Like that has been their rhetoric for years.
who are soldiers, make them pay.
If you had to be stuck in an elevator with either President Trump, Mike Pence, or Jeff Sessions, who would it be? Does one of us have to come out alive?
The vice president. The vice
What is that?
president. And then she
Wow.
cackles like a witch. God. And then she
Yeah.
cackles like a witch. Yeah.
She could be your next
That's the
president.
VP. Did one of us have to come out alive? Keep joking like that.
Yeah.
She could be your next president.
That's scary.
It's fucked up. Well, not anymore. I mean, not after yesterday. After yesterday. That was like 2 days ago. It could have been a possibility. Now, no.
Now
Trump's got this one.
Yeah.
Things have changed.
This was this was today. This was earlier today at 2:00 in the afternoon. Joe Biden, we don't have any information about the motive of the shooter. Let's listen to this.
Grateful that he's doing well and recovering. We had a short but good conversation. Jill and I.
Why does it look like Kamala looks like she's about to laugh? Did you see that?
That's
she's
what
trying
I
to
was
control herself
thinking.
from not laughing. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's what I was when I was watching this. I looked at Kamala and I'm like, it looks like she's about to laugh or something.
Is she on laughing gas all the time? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I spoke with Donald Trump. I'm sincerely grateful that he's doing well and
we're not grateful. We're pissed, actually. Like, she can't hold in her poker face. Like, we're not grateful.
recovering. We had a short but good conversation. Jill and I are keeping him and his family in our prayers. We also extend our deepest condolences to the family of the victim who was killed. He was a father. He was protecting his family from the bullets that were being fired. And he lost his life. God love him. We're also praying for the full recovery of those who were injured. And we're grateful to the Secret Service agents and other law.
I cannot stand listening to this man's voice. Like, we're grateful to the Secret Service agents. We're grateful to the Secret Service. He cannot speak.
Enforcement agencies.
That's what I'm saying. We're so used
Did you
to
see
we're so used to watching a weak president who he can't even form sentences. Clear sentences.
Did you see
cannot
that?
be
Like,
formed.
the clip that you played before this, where it was like 4 years ago, and he could speak. Like, you could tell, like, he was actually, like, saying some hard sentences. He can't even fucking talk anymore. You can tell the new generation, man. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And individuals who risk their lives literally for our nation. As I said last night, there's no place in America for this kind of violence or any violence for that matter. The assassination attempt is contrary to everything we stand for as a nation. Everything. It's not who we are as a nation. It's not America. And we cannot allow this to happen.
You literally allowed violence in this nation for years and supported it. Like, what are you talking about?
Yep.
You've barely arrested, and barely any arrests were made during protests. During protests, during violence, all the violence that was happening on the streets, barely any arrests were made.
Unity is the most elusive goal of all, but nothing is.
They don't want unity. That's the thing. They don't want unity because a nation united for them is a very dangerous thing, because then there's no way to push their agenda. This is a nation united.
There's a term.
They need a nation divided in order to push their agenda.
There's a term for that, and not going into history, but it's called balkanization. Because when the Balkans were split, they were split amongst basically ethnicities and things like that, not taking into account that doesn't always work sort of a situation. And that's what the left in particular wants to do. I'm not like the far left, because not everyone on the left, I'm not trying to demonize everyone on the left, because not everyone on the left is a far leftist, pretty much. That's why I say leftist. Yeah. So leftists want us split. They want us balkanized, because, like Trey pointed, divide and conquer. A nation divided cannot stand. That's what they want.
They want power. They want control. And it's easily obtained if you have a nation divided.
Is important than that right now. Unity. We'll debate and we'll disagree. That's not going to change, but we're going to not lose sight of the fact who we are as Americans.
We're going to say who are Americans. What the fuck, dude?
You know what? I no offense, but like Ozzy Osbourne is more understandable at this point than Joe Biden. I love Ozzy Osbourne. I say no offense to him, but he's like I can understand him more than Joe Biden.
Look, Vice President Harris and I were just briefed in the Situation Room.
This person sees me 8 pints
including the Director of the FBI, the Secretary of Homeland Security, the Attorney General, the Director of the Secret Service, my Homeland Security Advisor, the National Security Advisor, and we're going to continue to be briefed. The FBI is leading this.
We're going to continue to be what? We're going to be briefed.
I didn't understand what he said.
And we're going to continue to be briefed. The FBI is leading this investigation, which is still in its early stages. We don't yet have any information about the motive of the shooter. We know.
This is interesting what he says right here. This was the most interesting sentence of this whole thing.
Motive of the shooter. We know who he is. I urge everyone, please don't make assumptions about his motives or his affiliations.
That was the most interesting statement right there. Everyone, please don't make assumptions about his motives or his affiliations. Can you imagine if this happened to Biden, right? The motives right away. Anything negative that happened right away. Is he a MAGA supporter? I bet he's MAGA. Is he a MAGA? Is he MAGA? Is he MAGA? I bet he's MAGA. I bet he's MAGA. I bet he's a Trump supporter. See, all Trump supportors are evil. See, this is the type of thing that Donald Trump is encouraging. Evil. Intolerance, violence. If this had happened to Biden, I guarantee you people would be like, what is his motivation? Oh, he's a MAGA supporter. So
let me ask you, ladies, the shooter, because I know he got shot, and I know a little while later they came and announced like who the name, like Matthew something.
Mm-hmm.
But then apparently the New York Post got the wrong guy, like the picture or whatever. So
yeah, they put like that's like he's like what he's saying is like don't do this like on the surface. Yes, like you don't want to do that until all the facts come out. Pretty much, they don't ever practice what they preach, but they.
Right. But before that too, like, I mean, I did see it like all over Twitter. Like there was this one guy, like it was like this fucking Italian YouTuber that was a football like announcer.
Because I saw
they put that guy's picture everywhere,
yeah,
man.
Our friend Daniel
like
actually posted that these are not the same because people were posting because they got the name wrong.
Yeah.
That's why
but
you
now
don't believe everything right away until
my question now though is so like now he has been identified because he's saying that we know who he is now.
Mm-hmm.
And I did see some stuff about how people are saying that he's a registered Republican. Now, I don't know if that's true because that was one of the things that may have been pulled. But I'm not sure. Like, but then when I saw that, I was like, I don't understand. Like, if he's a registered Republican, what the fuck would he want to shoot Donald Trump for? Like, it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. So the media has reported that he is a registered Republican, but he's also he's a part of a party. I can't remember. Like, he's made donations to this Democratic Party, and I don't remember like what it's called. So he's a registered Republican who's made donations to this party who like they register themselves as Republicans in order to vote Democrat. I can't remember like why or
the way I can speak for the Pennsylvania state pretty much. The way I'm not sure about any other states, but the way it works here is you have to be registered in a major party, one of the two major parties, either Republican or Democrat, to be able to vote in primaries. So what people will do is typically what people do is they vote along party lines. I registered as Republican or Democrat, I vote along those party lines. But there are those just because you're registered as one does not mean necessarily you vote as that.
Okay.
A bunch of Democrats registered Republican to vote for Nikki Haley, so as to give her a better shot as the Republican candidate.
Okay, that makes sense. See, this is the stuff that like a non-American doesn't really understand until like when you explained it. I was like, okay, gotcha. That makes sense now. Okay,
but yeah, the media got a hold of that and they're like, oh my gosh, see, he's a registered Republican. He's Republican.
Right.
He's a Republican. He's not even a Democrat. He's a Republican, but missing a lot of context there.
Yeah,
right. Meanwhile, this guy's trying to say, hey, don't look into his motives or wonder about them, or at least try not to look into that shit. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So,
which is weird.
Yeah. Dave Chandler says, or he may have just registered Republicans because his parents were, and his politics shifted away from theirs when he left for school. That is 100% what a lot of what happens a lot of the times.
That could happen.
Right? Yeah, that happens a lot of the times. Hayden, in most states, you must be a registered party to vote. They register in a party so that they can vote in the primary elections for who they hate. So this line was like
make assumptions about his motives. Every the shooter, we know who he is. I urge everyone, please don't make assumptions about his motives or his affiliations. Let the FBI do their job.
No, I don't trust the FBI, but don't make assumptions about his motives or affiliations. Like, why would they put that in there? Don't make assumptions. They would, because if it had been the other way around, they would 100% make assumptions. But it's because they have been villainizing Donald Trump like for the longest time. Look, I wonder why they would say that about the shooter.
Extremism. Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans.
Remember how proud they were about this photo?
Yeah.
About him with the red background?
The
Representing
strength of Joe Biden.
Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic. But there's no question.
And I remember because right before this, something else had happened. I forget what. Maybe the chat can remember because the chat has better memory. But something had happened right before this event that put into question again Biden's mental capacity and like the fact that he couldn't talk and stuff like that. And they were like, "Oh, we're gonna have a big presser. Like, he's gonna come out and he's gonna like do that." And then the entire narrative changed to like the strength of Biden and like look how great he speaks and like all this stuff. Because I remember something else happened right before this that everybody was like, "Dude, this guy's gone." And then they changed the narrative with this.
I can't remember what happened before that.
I can't remember what happened. I just said they were so proud of this, but it was the worst possible.
They were very proud of this. Yeah, they were very proud of Dark Brandon.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dark Brandon.
They were very, very proud of Dark Brandon.
So it's like I said, on the surface, yes, do not assume the motives. If we actually trust the FBI, let them do their job, let them investigate, things like that. Don't jump to conclusions, don't make assumptions. But at the same time, it's like we kind of can assume the motives of this shooter because he actually drove an hour and 15 minutes to this rally. He took a shot at the president. That's something that you would have to go there, plan out, scout the location, pick the building, figure out how to get to the top of the building, figure out how to get this gun past security.
Mara, answer me this, because I've been wondering about this. And I know you were in the military. Well, at least you were. So, I mean, because you guys do like a lot of like similar stuff, but I would assume that for an event such as this, where you have security, like you have law enforcement, like whatever, everywhere around, wouldn't you have coverage already? Like security guards coverage on the roofs?
That's why there's like part of the reason why there's an investigation, because people are wondering what the hell happened to security, because what you're supposed to do is, without going into details, basically the entirety of the security team would work with local law enforcement to figure out possible all the points of entry and possible points of like where an attack can come from.
Sure.
So they would look at all the buildings around the event, because this guy got the gun to within about 400 to 500 feet from a former president. That's really fucking close.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering, they should have had snipers on every roof.
Exactly.
And the fact that they didn't have anyone on that roof is what I want to know, because that is a line of sight.
Not even snipers, right? Yeah. Like not even snipers. Like forget snipers, just guards, like people to cover the roof. You know what I mean?
It'd be ideally snipers for like they generally go high. Like from their vantage point pretty much, but the fact that there was that gaping opening where I'm looking at, you're looking at the height of the building, you're looking at the angle to the stage, the proximity, and how that shot could have easily been done.
Yeah,
I'm wondering why wasn't someone positioned there?
Yeah, that's what I've been wondering the whole time. Why is it? And then you had that interview with the ginger guy.
Oh, I was just about to pull that up. Yeah, okay. That's what's being criticized today, is why was this man able to even get his shots off?
Yeah,
that's what's being criticized today.
I mean, this guy really laid it out.
Yeah.
Inside the event, but you were just outside. Tell us what you saw. So we had a party here all day. You can see behind us. the Brinkles Farm and Greenhouse here. We had a party. And we all decided, hey, you know, when we hear Trump up there, we're going to walk up through the field, stand by the trees up there under the shade, and watch and listen to the rally, right? We couldn't see him, but we could hear him. So we walked up, and probably 5 to 7 minutes of Trump speaking. I'm estimating here. I have no idea, you know. But we noticed a guy crawling, bear crawling up the roof of the
This is insane.
Yeah, the
what
fact
this
that
guy just
people-
said is insane.
Yeah, the fact regular people saw this and reported it, and
civilians,
Yeah,
okay, like civilians
saw
are
this.
not supposed to spot something that obvious and then be the ones to report it to the police. The police should have gotten this immediately. Like if some sus guy is climbing up a fucking building with a goddamn rifle, I mean, what? Like, how is that? How? No, no, unacceptable.
there's multiple people who were, because there's another video, like right before the shooting happened. They're like, he's up there with a gun. He's up there with a gun.
Oh my God, that's insane.
The fact that civilians, regular people who were there, saw this and the Secret Service didn't, it raises questions. It raises eyebrows. And it's just like, regular people saw this guy and y'all didn't. You guys are trained to notice these things, trained to prepare for these things, and they're not. They're just there enjoying the show, right? They're just there as regular people having a barbecue, because I think that's what they were doing. Like they were having a party.
Yeah, this guy just said we were having
and
a barbecue.
You just noticed
50 feet away from us. So we're standing there, and we're pointing at the guy crawling up the roof.
And he had a gun, right?
He had a rifle. We could clearly see him with a rifle.
Well, and that's again, pause. Like a civilian saw this guy with a rifle. Like, and a rifle is huge, okay? And I'm not into guns, but I play enough video games to know that a rifle is a pretty big fucking gun, okay? It's not like he had a, just like a fucking pea shooter or something, tucked away somewhere.
No,
this motherfucker had a rifle. Like,
it'd be basically just like, with the strap, so like you can
with a strap, like hanging off of him, assumingly, that's right. So it's clear that somebody's going up there with pretty bad intentions. Like, I mean, and maybe it's possible that the civilians saw maybe that guy's law enforcement, but I doubt it, because he was not dressed the part in terms of law enforcement. It was enough to notice like something's very off, and these guys are being like, what the fuck's going on over there? That's crazy to me.
We're pointing at them. The police are down there running around on the ground. We're like, hey man, there's a guy on the roof with a rifle. And the police were like, huh, what? Like they didn't know what was going on. We're like, hey, right here on the roof. We can see it from right here.
It was also reported there was like a standoff between the police and the Secret Service. I saw that reported somewhere. They were arguing about something. There was like a standoff between them. Like, why is there a standoff between you two? Go and check the roof. What are you doing?
I gotta tell you, based on what this guy said, I don't give a fuck what's going on. If I was in that district or whatever, all of these people would be fired. Every single one of them. Like, if somebody's coming up to you and saying what this guy just said, and the police are like, what? No, you're fired. All of you fired. Get the fuck out.
I can't say this without sounding like I'm defending the local law enforcement, but the way the hierarchy works, when the federal comes in, the federal trumps any jurisdiction the state has, pretty much, or any local law enforcement. So the fact that there was a standoff tells me that basically they were butting heads, because local law enforcement wanted to do it one way and the feds were like, no, you're doing it our way, because like basically they have the jurisdiction at that point. I'm not defending it. I'm just saying that's how the hierarchy works.
But you're absolutely right about that.
But if I had been in the local law enforcement at that point, I would have been, fuck the hierarchy. I'm investigating this, and that's why I'm like, where were the local law enforcement? Where was the person to say that fuck this? I'm investigating this because this is my jurisdiction.
Absolutely.
Well, that's they went up and investigated it, and there's another report coming out that says a cop went on the roof, saw him, the shooter pointed his gun at him, and he cowered and ran away.
What?
Oh yeah.
No
I'll
way.
show you that later.
I haven't seen that shit. What?
And Next thing you know, I'm thinking to myself,
Was it a
like,
woman?
Why is Trump still speaking?
I don't know.
Why have they not pulled him off the stage?
I don't think they've been named.
I'm standing there.
Please tell me
pointing at
it
him.
wasn't a woman that
I don't
ran.
think they've been named. But yeah, the shooter pointed the gun at him, at the officer, and they went back down the stairs like to try and like save their own life, whatever.
Why is Trump still speaking? Why have they not pulled him off the stage? I'm standing there pointing at him for 2 or 3 minutes. Secret Service is looking at us from the top of the barn. I'm pointing at that roof, just standing there like this. And next thing you know, 5 shots rang out.
So you're certain that the shots came from that guy on the roof?
100%. 100%.
And he was up there for a couple of minutes.
He was up there.
You saw him up there for a couple of minutes.
Absolutely. At least 3 to 4 minutes.
And you were telling...
Well, he had to be up there for a while in order to get from the ladder to a good position, take aim, he had to be up there for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. We were telling the police, we were pointing at them for the Secret Service, who were looking at us from the top of the barn. They were looking at us the whole time when we were standing by that tree.
Could they see
binoculars?
Could they see him?
Probably not, because the roof, the way the slope went, he was behind where they could see. But why is there not Secret Service on all of these roofs here?
That's what I'm wondering.
This guy's asking the right questions right now.
When the shooting started, everyone was very panicked. Did you see what happened to him at all?
Oh yeah, they blew his head off.
Okay.
And if he didn't have a full Secret Service team, why wasn't a local law? Because I know the local law enforcement basically, they typically have marksmen.
Right.
So if there's not a Secret Service, why wasn't a marksman up there?
That's exactly what I was saying. Like, why isn't there like regular, just marksmen or guards or whatever, just up there patrolling? Like you just put a couple up there and just.
What can happen with the National Guard is local law enforcement can actually reach out to the National Guard, whether it's Army or Air Force or whatever, and say, we need a few people because we're short staffed. And the Guard, I'm not saying it'll happen all the time because it also depends on what the Guard has going on. But at the same time, it's we've worked with law enforcement and basically give we need security guys. Okay, we have these. Okay, you 5 go help this event. For instance, or you however many you help this event because they need help.
I will say this other thing that it just kind of came to my head as we were watching that. It's interesting to me that also that entire interview was done by a foreign kind of media. American media is so fucking messed up right now that the best interview that has come out of this situation has been the BBC, which is kind of fucked up on its own if you really think about it. Because where is any of these media outlets interviewing any of those people? I didn't see any. Did you guys see any? I haven't seen very many.
No.
Shouldn't they be there? Isn't this not is this not their bread and butter?
They have their anchors making I got it, Mara. They have their anchors on national TV making, saying the script. That's what I think. Touting the script. That's what I think. That's my opinion. Because right away it was just being reported by the media, but there's no feet on the ground anymore. They just have.
Why isn't there? That's what I'm saying. Where's your feet on the ground?
Yeah,
what happened to the media?
The
there used to be, that was literally the point. Is you have to have somewhere because a story may happen. You know what I mean? At a fucking rally, usually you have your people on the ground.
There was nobody on the. I don't think there was anybody on the ground. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Here's this video too.
Careful about showing these ones, Stephanie, because it's YouTube.
There's the shooter right there. These are regular people. These are regular people taking this video. You can hear him say shooter.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
There's another video. Hold on, let me share that one. I hate that I can't share a full window because it won't share your audio.
Look, they're all pointing. Yeah, someone's on top of the roof. Look. Gary is right there. Right there. See him? He's laying down. See him?
Yeah, he's laying down.
Instead, I'm here with you fighting like hell to get a Senate. What's happening? And to make sure we take back the White House, because if we do,
This is crazy. I hadn't seen this one.
Yeah, look. There he is.
because we have millions and millions in our country.
Oh my God.
We have criminals. We have drug dealers. We have people that should not be here.
on the roof.
It's much tougher than it happens.
You went on the
I haven't seen this one.
Isn't that crazy?
That's fucked.
That's at least 4 minutes, and that's before the shots are fired. That's
Holy
enough time. That's
shit.
enough time to take out a shooter.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
enough time to notice a shit. Like,
yeah.
How did the crowd notice? The crowd noticed before
Can you
the police did.
this one, Stephanie?
Huh?
Can you DM me this video?
Yeah,
please. Fuck, that's wild, man. I hadn't seen that one.
Mm-hmm. Let me look for something. But yeah, what was I gonna do? I was gonna search something. I can't remember. Anyways, but yeah, that's insane. All of that
Meanwhile,
information.
the cop is like, "What? I don't know what's going on." Like what?
Cops, like right below the building. They're right there. There's cops right below the building.
That's fucking wild, man. I don't know what to say. My conspiracy mind is going crazy. It's like I'm going nuts. And I can't say much of it because, you know, it's YouTube. So we can't talk about that stuff. It's all very sus. It's all very sus, people.
Oh, it's incredibly sus. Incredibly sus. Now they're like, you know, pulling videos of Dems advocating for violence throughout the years. I mean, it's been happening for a long time, advocating for violence. And they're like, oh, there's no room for violence. There's no room for violence. No, we shouldn't be doing this. And then you had fucking Elon Musk endorsing Donald Trump yesterday. Can you believe? I was like, shocked.
Did you see what Elon said about how he's like, there's been death threats on his life a few times?
Oh yeah, 3. I saw that there was been like 3. Yeah,
that's crazy. I think he said 2. He said there's
been
2. Yeah, I think he said there's been 2 that they stopped. Obviously, the people got arrested in Texas. That's kind of wild. I mean, we haven't even heard about those. I mean, I wonder why he hasn't said anything about that before, though, until like this happened.
I'm trying to find where they talked about the law enforcement part. Hold on. I should have had all of this pulled up, but I didn't. I didn't have all of it pulled up. Oh, here it is.
Well, there's just so much, too. It's like,
I know. There's a ton of stuff.
So much.
This is from Libs of Tiff Talk. Who is this officer? Name him. He needs to be held accountable. This is unbelievable. One local police officer climbed to the roof and encountered Crooks, who pointed his rifle at the officer. The officer retreated down the ladder, and Crooks quickly took a shot towards Trump, and that's when the Secret Service snipers stopped him.
Okay, but where is this from? Because, I mean, this is just a square piece of typed out thing. Like, what is the source of this reporting?
I don't know the source, but I've seen like this reported multiple times. Hang on, let me find.
I hate when they do that, like especially the big accounts, when they just take like a random screenshot.
There's a reason that they do that.
I'm like, what the fuck is this?
CNN.
Oh, it was CNN?
It was CNN. Yeah.
Okay.
A local police officer saw the gunman on the rooftop during former President Donald Trump's Pennsylvania rally on Saturday, but was unable to engage him. The shooter turned around, saw the police officer peering over, pointed his gun at him. The officer let go of the ledge to take cover and save his own life.
At that point, I'm not saying that the cop should have sacrificed himself or herself, but at the same time, they could have at least engaged this kid, his attention.
Well, I mean, as soon as he had a gun and pointed it at the officer he's well within his rights.
Duty. I mean, is that not your duty?
I'm thinking, even if he like,
I mean, that's crazy.
Even if he didn't, I'm saying, even if he didn't want to reach for his gun and escalate the situation at that point, I'm just saying, don't want to assume anything. I'm saying he could have kept the shooter's attention long enough for the sniper to take the shot.
Yeah, I agree.
And the fact that he or she didn't and just if this is true, again, I don't know because not all the
It's,
facts.
I don't trust CNN with shit, so I don't really know.
But if this is true, then
yeah,
the
We need
cops
more
saved themselves from
investigations.
themselves. Yeah. So
Yeah. That's crazy, man. And
Oh.
I bet you if that situation's true, it was a woman.
Yeah.
Daniel,
It
that
was
is
a DEI hire. I'm telling you right now.
I'm saying that
Well,
is the
shit,
job of the
I
cop,
mean,
basically. That is the job of the cop. I'm not saying like not to shoot the shooter, but at the same time, it's like if you're going to de-escalate the situation, at least buy time. The cop could have done that.
Yeah, it's interesting with this information set. I'm looking at another screenshot again. There's a reason that they put like screenshots and not links, because if you put links, Twitter will suppress you. So that's why.
Well,
like,
no, but you could at least take a link of where the thing, like the screenshot is of a screenshot of a blank screen, like a white thing. There's
Mhm.
no screenshot of the actual CNN logo. There's
Yeah.
no.
That's
like,
what I
there's
do.
no
This
date,
is
there's
from
no
CNN
time.
though. It's a local police officer saw the gunman on the rooftop. And this is incredible, right? It goes against what this is saying. It goes against what the eyewitness said, because he clearly told the officers he has a gun. And you can hear the people in the crowd. He has a gun.
He has a gun. I
Because
mean, that
a
woman
local
was
police
screaming
officer-
it out.
Yeah,
He
a
has
local
gun.
police officer saw the gunman on the rooftop during former President Trump's Pennsylvania rally on Saturday, but was unable to engage him. Butler County Sheriff Michael T. Sloop told CNN's Pamela Brown on Sunday. Sloop said Butler's township officer received calls about a suspicious person outside the perimeter of the rally and went looking to find that person. The initial calls did not indicate the suspicious person. The suspicious person had a gun. But they
Crazy,
clearly
man.
like the man said yes, he had a gun. He told them that he had a gun. During the search for the suspicious person, officers with township police discovered that the gunman was on the roof, and one local officer hoisted another to get up on the ledge. The shooter turned around, saw the officer peering down, pointed his gun at him. The officer let go of the ledge to take cover and save his own life. The gunman then started firing from the rooftop. Trump, who says he was shot in the ear. Why would you report it like that? Trump was shot in the ear.
Did you just say Trump who says?
Yeah, that's how it's reported. Trump.
Pull it up. We got to see this
shot in the
text.
ear.
Pull up the text. We got to look at it and make fun of it because that's fucked up.
Look, Trump, who says he was shot in the ear, was rushed off stage.
Well,
with
what the
blood on his
fuck?
face.
What the hell? That's so stupid. The media. I mean, they're just this is so wild. It's like as if it's like when they write stuff like this, it's like, do you think it magically is gonna make it unhappen? Like I don't understand. Like, why don't you just report the facts as is? It's not that hard.
God, who says he was shot in the ear? What are you talking? He was shot in the ear. They
Literally-
honestly think that like the Secret Service came down and like put ketchup on his ear or fake blood on his ear, and then
I
he
know.
burned up. Like that's what they think
Girl,
happened.
He got that Hollywood like blood pack under his like thing. Like this is a setup. Like these people are fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Let me pull this up because I always thought this was interesting too.
Okay.
This was
After that, we're
going
going to talk about the DEI hiring on the Secret Service, because that's what's being talked about today. Is the failure of the Secret Service, and DEI hiring, and what we're focusing on is not the right thing.
This is the one that this is the famous interview where Biden like 5 days ago said like put a bullseye on him.
Oh yeah.
He says I have one job, and that's to be Donald Trump. I'm absolutely certain that I'm the best person to be able to do that. So we're going to talk about the debate. Or we're done talking about the debate. It's time to put Trump in a bullseye. He said. The forceful message from Biden, blah, blah, blah. But this was an interview from Political.
Yeah, this was just like a few days ago.
Yeah.
That was just a few
6
days ago.
yeah.
Yeah, it's time to put Trump in a bullseye. Like that was
Crazy.
that is our president saying that about his political opponent. Put him in a bullseye.
Did you see this stuff?
Let me catch up really quickly. Mike Hill, member message. Some people are sadists, hoping someone got shot. We're gonna go through some of those videos because holy shit. I haven't annoyed Mara today, and we need to show her some screaming liberals. Heath Nation member, excuse my language, ladies, but make mean tweets and grabbing great again.
Yeah,
New
grab
member
by the
Dave
pussy.
Chandler. Thank you. Heath Nation gifted us a membership. War Machine with 5 gifted memberships. I have to write this down because you guys go on my wall. Hold on, wait. I'm not prepared. Thank you, War Machine. War Machine. Machine 5. Alberta Not a Retro, a guy called Definitely Jordan has a fun channel. If you want to just chill and watch something light after you're done here, absolutely I will. Definitely Jordan. Let me write it down. Okay. Dave Chandler for $50. Thank you so much for the 50. The demonization is baked in by now. It absolutely is. It's just baked into the foundation of their political party. I've been following politics since the 2000s, and Dems and the media have been comparing conservatives and Republicans to Nazis and white supremacists since before any of us were alive. This was bound to happen. Yeah. It's just boiling over. Like it's boiling over right now at this point, because practically everything that you hear every single day. And let me tell you, I am 100%. This is the most excited I have been looking forward to The View tomorrow. Like, I want to hear what those fucking cackling hens have to say about what.
Yeah, you actually watch that show? What?
No, I don't watch it. I watch like clips of it, right? I'll watch clips of it. But tomorrow, I want to see what they have to say, because a lot of them have spoken shit about Donald Trump and wished death upon him. So
you know what they're
going to
say, Stephanie? He's, he had this coming. He's put hate in this country. I mean, they're going to say the stupidest shit ever.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I hate those women. I cannot.
I know they're terrible.
Them.
I mean,
I want to hear what they have to say about this.
Did you hear what Whoopi said like last week when the conversation was still about the debate, and when she was she doubled down and she's like, I'll vote for him even if it poops his pants. And she's like, I have poopy days all the time. I was like, what are you talking about? With the amount of shit that comes out of your mouth.
Whoopi Goldberg has TDS to the max. She's like so max crazy. Level TDS. I thought it was very interesting.
Did Mark Hamill say anything yet? Because I've been waiting for
Mark Hamill
to say something.
I found it very interesting that the day after the debate, Whoopi was not there. It was like she could not handle.
She couldn't even go on.
The dude that she's been backing for months and months, for years. She's trashing Donald Trump, putting up Biden on a pedestal. She didn't even show up the next day.
So Mark Hamill put out like one of those like "there's no places for violence ever" tweets.
Yeah. The Drunken Sailor for 199. Hey ladies, Trump 2024. Let's go. Hell yeah. Alberta Not a Retro for $5. Trump just won the election. Don't be surprised if Putin pulls out of the Ukraine following the election. I have to go. I'll listen to this tomorrow at work. Nice. Thanks for hanging out for as long as you did. TD, member for 5 months. German media is 50-50. Some reported it fairly and objectively. The other half was like fake media. Why did I
say nudie?
Why did I say fake nudies?
I'm catching you. Make America straight again. No fake nudies.
Steph is on to something
Where
today.
is my mind right now? I don't know where it's
going. Woman. I'm wondering where your brain's at, woman. You got something on your mind that's coming out.
The other half was like fake media in the I don't know what that word is.
States.
In the States?
I'm guessing States. I don't know.
Psychotic Mongoose gifted the membership. Thank you. Mike Hill for $5. Some people are comparing Trump to Palpatine, saying the attempt on my life has left me scarred and deformed. Yes, I've seen that. I've seen those videos. Calman for $10. LMAO, my coworkers, man, there's something else. A lot of my coworkers actually think this whole Trump thing was staged. A lot of people do. A lot of people think it's staged. And I those people are delirious. They're mental if they think it is staged. Anyways, hope you guys are doing well. My brain hurts right now. I'm sorry your brain hurts.
Yeah.
Heath for $5. My dad started wearing his MAGA hat in public here in Cincy while going to baseball games or just chilling downtown. Nothing. Not bothered once. Good. Good. Don't be afraid anymore. Don't be fucking afraid anymore. Like, you can't be. You can't be now. Like, no way. Josie gifted a membership. Thank you. Tazrin, member. The shooting started at 6:11 according to the timeline I saw. Look up Ephesians 6:11. I'm not overly religious person, but it makes you think. I will look that up. I saw something else too, but I can't remember what it was. Oh, it was a conspiracy. Never mind. Ira Brownridge for $4.99. As long as the nation is divided, apparently I have to edit my super chats now. Dave Chandler for $5 in the lead up to Darth Brandon's speech. He signed a bills on climate, healthcare, and student loans, and probably made several gaffes. Probably. Yeah. I think someone else in the chat.
It was a big deal. I remember that at the time.
Yeah, it was
He
a
made
really
bunch
big deal
of
at the
gaffes.
time. Yeah. Dave Chandler for $5. As much as I love a good conspiracy theory, odds are the Secret Service were just incompetent. I think that that's what it is, because they're focusing on DEI hiring. I think that's 100% what it is. I would love a good conspiracy theory, and it wouldn't be out of the realm of possibility that this was a conspiracy.
A conspiracy.
To assassinate Donald Trump. Like I wouldn't hold that, like it would be in the realm of possibility for me, but I honestly think that it could just be fucking DEI hiring, incompetence.
I agree.
They've had a bunch of major flubs these last few years. Yeah, I think it's just incompetency, honestly, and the fact that like Donald Trump was asking for more Secret Service and they denied him. So I think that it's 100% like just incompetency. Hayden for $10. There are things that can excuse some of Leo actions, looking too far out and not see what's close. Biggest issue is why nobody up there. Cop was supposedly lifted to the ledge, not a ladder. Yeah, he was like lifted. He was lifted up by his. How did the shooter get up there? Why didn't they just use that ladder? Why was he lifted up by his colleague onto the ledge? To look like, why didn't you just use the ladder that the shooter used? Why were you lifted up onto the ledge? It's just super freaking weird. Sparian with a $50 super sticker. I don't know what it is.
It was a rhino, or not a rhino, a hippopotamus.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, it's a hippo coming out of a chest, fist bumping. Let's go.
Yeah. He's giving you coins. Monies.
And then Samuel for $10. Hey, ladies, where did you find the footage of people straight up watching the guy crawl on the roof? Thanks. It's on Twitter.
Yeah, it's post on Twitter. I'm sharing my screen. I don't know if you saw this, but according to that the sniper had him in the sights for 3 minutes.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't know if I trust this though.
That what? I'm sorry.
It's 4chan.
But according to this, like I said, I'm not like trying to report this as true, but according to this, that's the like they had the shooter in their sights for 3 minutes, but the head of Secret Service refused to give the order to take out the perpetrator.
I saw that being reported.
So I don't know.
I don't know if I trust that though. That's like from 4chan. I don't know. This is the kind of stuff that's like, no, I can't trust that kind of shit. It's just a little.
I don't know. I don't know if like it's like was as long as 3 minutes, but at the same time, the fact that the shooter got off shots at all with snipers on the roof.
It was some time. I just don't see, because when you go to that thing, like when you click it, it's the guy. Like if you read it, he's like, I was the guy that was on the roof, and we had like 3 minutes to do it. I'm like, I don't know if I would believe that this guy would actually go and write this thing on 4chan. I just don't see it.
This was an interesting read on Twitter that I saw the other day. I was the sniper employment officer for my battalion and led hundreds of combat missions. There were major security lapses in the security plan that allowed a shooter to engage President Trump from 130 meters, an easy shot, right? So like, I think this was the stage, and that's where the shooter was.
Yeah.
Okay.
130 meters, that's roughly like between 400 and 500 feet. So
yeah, he raises a lot of questions. How can a dude at a cookout spot the shooter before the detail? The far rooftop is an obvious firing position. Local police should have been deployed to secure it. Additionally,
100%.
drones should have been monitoring.
And I'm saying, like, even if you couldn't get local law enforcement, like marksmen, there's National Guard.
And you know what? I didn't even think about the drones. This guy's right. Where the drones at? I mean, it's all about the fucking drones nowadays. Why aren't there any fucking drones flying around over there? I didn't even think about that one. That's a great point.
There's a sniper team scanning the rooftop for threats, but the team only has long guns. You generally want a security element co-located with assault rifles that can engage much faster, especially within 300 meters. They couldn't engage fast enough.
Yeah.
They neutralized the target, but not before he wounded President Trump, killed an innocent civilian, and severely wounded 2 more. Good shooting, but gross failures in the plan meant they were too slow to detect the threat. Mission failure. Yeah, like it's just I feel like it's just incompetency.
I just don't know. A part of me is like, yeah, it's incompetency. But then we ask these questions, and I'm like, ooh, like a lot of the stuff is not really incompetency. It's like, oh,
I don't know. It sounds like incompetency. It really does. It sounds like incompetency.
Some of it does, and some of it does not, Stephanie.
I think it's a combination of incompetency and butting heads.
Yeah, the butting heads part. That's the interesting part, though, Mara. It's like, why are they butting heads, right?
Because just have this like, I was like in the Air National Guard, so I'm not saying I understand it necessarily. I wasn't in security or anything like that, but I kind of understand the pushback because local does not like federal coming in and.
Well, I mean, we've seen that shit in movies.
Typically federal comes in.
Shit.
I know, but typically federal comes in and they're running the show, so you have to report to them, and then you have the ones like, this is my jurisdiction.
Right.
I don't report to you. I report to this sort of situation, and that's where the butting heads comes from. It happens. I'm not defending it. I'm saying it happens. So
yeah, I just don't know. And Soul Assassin's bringing up the fact that they refused Trump more security multiple times before. I just feel like there's a lot. That's what I'm talking about. There's a lot of stuff that I
think there's a lot of layers to it. There's layers to it, and I'm not opposed to it was an inside job. Like it was purposeful. They were purposefully incompetent. You know what I mean?
That's right. It seems like there's malice there. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
It feels like malice.
This was, dude, Elon Musk yesterday. I fully endorse President Trump and hope for his rapid recovery. After this, Elon Musk just went on a tweeting spree. Tweeting spree. The head of the Secret Service
came out for Trump too. I think I retweeted that one.
The head of the Secret Service and the leader of the security detail should resign.
I agree with him.
He said, "How the hell?" This person tweeted, "How the hell was such an obvious line of sight not secured?"
That's what I'm saying. That's
like, said exactly. Yeah, this is 100%. Like, how is this? How is he able to do this? This was after the shooter was neutralized.
You can see the guy there.
Wild.
I'm saying like that's what the whole point of security detail is. They're supposed to come in not just hours before, but days before to scout the location and pick and pinpoint potential avenues of danger. And that building is a perfect line of sight to the stage. I would be like that that's my number one like priority there, that building. I'm not saying that not to cover all the other buildings, but I'm looking at line of sight. That building, it would be my priority to make sure that was being guarded.
Exactly.
Somehow they got up there.
Bill Ackman. Bill Ackman also endorsed Trump. He's the CEO of Perishing Square.
Mazda will like this. Nick Merckx endorsed Trump too.
Yeah.
Gaming streamer.
Fight after getting grazed by a bullet in the ear an inch from ending his life. No panic. No crawling on his knees to safety. The man stands up, faces the crowd, and yells, "Fight." Historic footage, just incredible. This person quote tweeted and said, "I always thought Trump was a was a vapid showman. Impressive to see the dog in him. Changes everything. This 100% does. It does change a lot of things. It changes a lot of things. Here it is. I wanted to play a couple of videos. Hold on, let me find them. This guy right here. There's been multiple videos like this popping up.
This is
I haven't seen this one.
So President Trump just got shot. And as someone who voted against Trump in both 2016 and 2020, this is a cause for deep reflection by me. And my question is, have we been told the truth at any point over the last 8 years about who Trump is and what's actually going on here? A lot of people who are pro-Trump have been saying that this is the playbook of the day, whether it's a deep state or some shadowy interest in the government. First, they try to cancel you. So they say shit about your character. They say things that can't actually be proven. They take quotes from you that make you basically look bad. The second thing that they try to do is they try to convict you of something. In this case, trumped up charges about you paying legal expenses to a porn star for her to not say that you had sex with her. It's like, morals aside, like
the most random shit ever.
The third thing that they try to do is they try to kill you. And that's just what happened with Trump. And actually, I've been updating my view on Trump recently, and I've started going back to some of the things that I was told that he said, and some of them he literally did not say. Like, for example, you remember when we were told that he said of white supremacists and other racists in a rally that he said that they were good people? It's not true. If you actually watch the whole clip, and I'll share a link to the clip here, you can see that he's clearly saying there were other people at the rally who are good people.
You're calling the alt-left and white supremacists on the same moral plane.
I'm not putting anybody on a moral plane. What I'm saying is this. You had a group on one side and you had a group on the other, and they came at each other with clubs, and it was vicious and it was horrible.
So this is a time where it's really hard to know what to believe, but sometimes when we hear things are conspiracy, maybe it's time to listen because maybe it's not.
So there's been multiple people coming forward with videos like this. Like, this has caused me to pause and reflect what is going on with the Democratic Party. And that's honestly, that's what needs to happen. People do need to kind of pause and step back against their own moral bias and be like, what is happening? Am I supporting the right party? Is everything that they're saying true? Have I been brainwashed? Because I'm not gonna lie, I actually started off that way, thinking especially when Trump first ran in 2020, I was like, no way he's doing this for real. There's no way he's making a mockery.
I thought the same thing, Stephanie.
Yeah, I was just like, there's no way this guy is for real. Why is he doing this just to get press? I didn't believe that he was honestly running, that he had good intentions running for president. I didn't believe that. And it was halfway through his presidency that I was kind of like, oh, okay. I started doing my own research and really sort of watching actual videos of people saying Trump didn't say that. Why are you listening to the media? Right? Because I was very anti-Trump for a while. I was like, I can't believe that. Why? I can't believe people voted for him. I was very anti-Trump. I was against Trump. I could not believe that the American people voted Donald Trump.
Were you for Hillary though, or were you just
I
not
wasn't for Hillary.
participating?
No.
Okay,
I wasn't for Hillary at all. No way.
Okay. Yeah, I was the same way because I was like, I fucking hate Hillary. Everybody knows her as Hillary. If you know anything about Hillary Clinton, I was like, no fucking way. Should anybody be voting for this woman? But at the same time, I'm like, Donald Trump, The Apprentice, dude, no way. What are we doing here with this, the American politics? It was crazy.
What are you talking about? Donald Trump, are you serious? There was no way I was voting for Hillary. I didn't trust that bitch. I couldn't stand Hillary Clinton.
Yeah. Can I just address one thing, though? There was a comment in the chat that said, I think it's the grifter, Courtney, said 4 years too late about this guy. And I got to say, I don't agree.
Yeah,
it's never too late, man. Yeah, it's never too late to see the truth because, honestly, if people had said something about me and it's too late at some point, about me, I would be pretty fucked up because everybody has a waking point, at some point, everybody gets to that point where it's that you can't really deny the truth anymore. and you make a lot of different choices. Like your life completely changes after that. So I mean, if this is that moment for him, like good for him. I mean, he has another opportunity this election, right? Like, and and moving forward, maybe this guy's going to change his entire life around about how he sees certain things in his life, not specifically about just politics, but about everything. Because when you realize that the government's been lying to you forever, things change.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm just saying, at least he's making a video like this and not, like upset that the shooter missed.
Yeah,
exactly.
There's plenty of videos like that. But yeah, me and Carrie Smith, we always talk about how like we kind of woke up at the same time, around the same time, when we really like stopped and did our own research and didn't rely on just the media and what they were telling me happened. We actually like did our own research and like found out like, oh my gosh, he really didn't say this. Oh, this actually didn't happen. You know, like why are they
I did
allowed
that too? I
to
was like,
tell the
wait,
news
what?
if it's not true, if it didn't happen? And so like you start digging deeper and deeper, and then you're just like, holy crap, I'm being manipulated. And then you get really upset, and so you start looking at things from a different lens after that. And you start realizing, hey, wow, okay, this guy is very serious, and you know what, he's not doing a bad job as president. So if you start looking at things from a different perspective, and I think that's what's going on with this guy. But there's been multiple videos like this popping up about people waking up.
I think the other really interesting thing to me about what happened with Donald Trump, especially in 2016, like what you just said, Stephanie, about like, because I think there was a lot of people like us that felt that way, but also like it got to a point where like they villainized him so much from like the moment he decided to run, and like the way that people turned on him was like so insane, to a point where like I remember like reading when people were talking about like, oh, like my mom decided to vote for Donald Trump, like I'm moving out. Like people were like talking like people throwing family members away because they decided to like Trump or whatever. And at that point I was like, okay, there's something else going on here, because when there's families turning on families over politics, it's not natural. Like this is not something that like it's not a natural thing. It's like as if it's being like literally like beamed into your head or something like that. Like this, like it's like it can get a little biblical, even though I'm not Christian and I don't really know that kind of stuff. But you hear that term like where like in the end of days, like father would turn against mother, like that kind of thing. And you just kind of see it and you're like, wow, it's like as if all of these things are actually happening, but in a ways that you didn't think that they were going to. So it was just really interesting to see that, like witness that firsthand. Like, did you guys see recently there was like this girl, she'd put her mom and her aunt on blast on Twitter, like just the other day, right before the shooting, saying like, my mom and my aunt went to January 6th. They belong in jail. Like the FBI, like, decided to talk to them, but then like they should be in jail because they never got arrested, but they were there. They're insurrectionists, so they should be in jail. And I'm like, this is your mom. Like it was crazy to see the amount of actual, and it just reminds me of what Mara was saying earlier, like the amount of mental illness that is going on. It's rampant. Scary.
My mom pointed out also that when she and my dad were in school, well, like when she was in school, she would like see kids driving like trucks to school with hunting rifles in like the back of the truck, pretty much because like she lived in not a rural area, but close enough to a rural area that if it was like near the weekend, that's what the kids would do if they were going hunting with their dad. They'd like put the gun on the gun rack on the back of the truck, go to school, and then go hunting. So basically have it ready. And she's like, no school shootings, nothing. Like the guns were there pretty much. Like students didn't live in fear. Students didn't live in fear. No school shootings. And like there were guns right there on the back of these like trucks.
Wow.
Fast forward with the basically no asylums. I need to bring back asylums basically, but trusting people to take medication for mental illness at home. Pretty much, like basically the that type of mentality.
Yeah,
trusting them like that they were going to be scouts on or take their medication without the supervision of a physician.
Right.
So while there are videos like that guy who's waking up. There's videos of people upset that the shooter
Shutting
missed.
down. My God, yeah.
The message to whoever shot at Trump, you was a lame ass bitch, because how the fuck did you shoot and miss? No, bitch, if you have a mission, make sure you hit that target the fuck right. Bitch, you ain't practiced before you get your ass over there? Huh?
He sounds educated.
You was nervous? Your hand was shaking. The message.
Did you see what Alyssa Mercante tweeted?
The movies, and for a split second, I thought Donald Trump had been assassinated, and I thought to myself, this is the best fucking day of my life. And then he wasn't, so it's the worst day of my life.
Oh my God.
Sorry, bitch.
Just found out about this shit.
Yeah, this chick.
Happened. I haven't even had
Psycho.
a second to process. You're telling me somebody finally had the balls to bring a pew-pew, and he missed! We were a second away! We were a centimeter away!
Crazy liberals. They are brainwashed liberals. Brainwashed.
Why are their hair always like
Donald
so
Trump.
messy and
I don't know. Because they have mental illness. That's why.
They're crazy. That's why.
They're crazy. They've got mental illness.
Bitch, go pick up a fucking brush,
they're
man.
Fucking
Seriously.
and they don't want to put time into making themselves look put together.
From half of the problem being gone, and you missed! There was a white man attached to that trigger. I know it! We were a centimeter away!
Wait, that's kind of racist. What does that mean?
I don't know. I'm trying
If he
to.
was black, he wouldn't have missed because
that's exactly what she's saying. That's exactly what she's saying. That's exactly what she's saying. If he was black, he wouldn't have missed.
I hadn't paid attention to that last part. Oh my God, that escalated quickly.
How do you miss that?
Holy shit!
That's for you, Mara. That's for you.
We don't miss those. Come on, man. Fuck. We don't miss those. One shot at greatness to be mentioned in the history books, and you miss the shot. Fuck.
He's crying.
Yeah,
He's a pussy. I could take him.
These are totally mentally stable people, obviously.
Yeah, obviously mentally stable.
Obviously.
Very.
They give emos a bad fucking name at this point.
Somebody said Ezra Miller's Wild and Son.
I'm saying, like,
seriously. Obviously. What the fuck? Hey. It's not me. They posted this content.
How do you miss that?
I'm trying. Damn, he is loud.
We don't miss those.
It's too loud.
Come on, man. Fuck.
These are clearly mentally stable people, right? It's so funny. There's like people on the right putting out speeches, of what happened to Trump and talking about it. And we have these people who've been brainwashed by the media to hate Trump and all of his MAGA supporters, who go to college and are preached to by their leftist educators, hating Trump and his supporters. And that's what you get. You get crazy fucking people, insane people, mentally unstable, basically man-child. He's a man-child right here.
Mm-hmm.
Don't miss those! One shot at greatness to be mentioned in the history books, and you missed the shot. Fuck!
God, he's crying.
Yeah, no grown adult, no mentally stable grown man would film himself doing that.
Respecting fucking person would do that. Like, what the fuck? Have some self-respect.
If you can hear us, John Wilkes Booth, if you can hear us, if you are with us, please,
fuck?
John Wilkes Booth, if you're listening, please.
No.
Let me get this straight, dumbass! You have a fully reloaded shotgun, but you chose to use a one-bullet...
We're not even sending our best to fucking assassinate. Because what the hell was that? Lee Harvey Oswald would never, bitch. John Wilkes Booth would never.
They're not even educated.
God.
They're not even educated.
The best day ever. Also, the person that at Trump at his rally was exercising that right that all those Republicans were fighting for. So
That's been a huge talking point for them,
Mhm.
right? You asked for this. You
Yeah,
guys wanted gun rights. You asked for it. You asked for it.
That's
He
what
was
Mark
just,
Hamill
he was
tweeted
just
out.
exercising his rights.
No, he wasn't exercising his rights because they actually like to misquote the Second Amendment, because the Second Amendment says that the government shall not infringe on our right to bear arms. Basically, it basically keeps the government in check because so they don't act authoritarian. Does not give us the right to attempt an assassination on a president.
That's what I say. These are uneducated people. They're they sound stupid. Look at those eyes right there. Look at this crazy fucking person. Look at those eyes.
Crazy
Look
eyes.
at all the look at
It's
this
always
they,
the
them.
crazy eyes. What is it?
Look at
It's
this
always
they
crazy
them.
eyes.
Look at this they them. Ah, yes.
Yes, and the right to not form a militia. Yeah, but basically, but they love to always misquote the Second Amendment as if like it's like a straight up right to bear arms, and it's like no, it's keeping the government in check, so that way so the people do not fear the government because they do not want a repeat of when we were actually a colony. That's why they did that.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I'm a veteran Jedi Master. This is my former BDU cap, and yes, I know the Air Force changed to ABUs. I just cannot find my ABU cap, but this is my former BDU one.
Well, and the other thing that, like, for example, like Destiny was bringing up was like the whole like to justify like this murder situation was like basically that Trump is an insurrectionist and anyone who supports that idea basically like that he doesn't feel sorry for them. And I just I can't get behind that line of thought personally because I have empathy and compassion. So even if like somebody like that I hate would get like assassinated or whatever, I would be like I would still feel bad for like the family members that have to be like they still feel the pain because you don't know like whose family member is Republican or Democrat or whatever. They're still gonna feel that pain either way. And this whole gun thing and one of his excuses about why he was leaning towards that was because of this whole like this gun thing and saying that this gun situation in your country is like fucking insane, like the Second Amendment and blah 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 and like I don't know. I just feel like this whole gun thing is such a it's
because
such
the
a
media
wild
doesn't
thing.
like whenever they report it, and I'm like really don't want to get into like basically the nitty gritty. Whenever they report it, they always misconstrue what the Second Amendment says. They always misconstrue the fact that we actually do. Thank you, Jedi Master. It actually misconstrues the fact that we do have laws on the books to prevent people from who actually are mentally unstable from like owning guns. Like they like make it seem like there was like a gun show loophole, and like every gun show I've been to, they always like make you fill out a form. And they tell you, like, you don't just like walk out with a gun there necessarily. They do the background. If they're able to do the background check there, they do it. They check. They do checks. There are background checks.
Yeah, and the other thing that he was mentioning though, like during the stream today that he was doing, he was doing his spaces, was that like he was seeing like all the Republicans talk about, I guess like some people. I don't know if this is a serious thing. I figured it would be people like Jeremy Griggs, like from Geeks and Gamers, like saying things like, "Oh, God Emperor Trump," and like just like kind of like joking around with the title of Emperor and King Trump, because apparently there's a lot of Republicans calling him King Trump now. And
it's the MAGA King, and it's
MAGA
a joke. It's a joke on what Biden called him. Biden called him like the Great MAGA King or something like that, and so it became a meme. Yeah.
Well, so like he's bringing that up as if it was a serious thing, as if like Republicans are actually thinking that he is a king now. And I was like, this is like an actually maddening kind of logic that he would apply to this, because the United States was founded on the fact of getting rid of a king. Like that was like the entire point of becoming a country of the United States. So the notion that the Republicans would actually be going to like a point of being like, we're going to select this guy as emperor, he's no longer president, we're going to just, the ramifications of what they're thinking that this is the serious mentality is just, it's
off
so
the deep end.
stupid. Yeah, it is so off the deep end. Like, how could you seriously think that they're not joking around? Like, this is clearly a joke of him saying that, like, versus the actual mentality of thinking that they're going to overthrow the republic and actually insert an emperor, a king. It's mind-boggling to me. I'm like, what the fuck? That makes no sense.
What also like Disparu, I'm not like calling you out in the chat, but Disparu is British. And I love like he comes in like, you know, make America a colony again, MACA pretty much. But I love the fact that we actually kicked the British out over a 2% tax. And now we're defending like the tax rates as they are now. And like we didn't want to pay 2% back in like the 1700s. Like that's how far down. That's how far down we've gone.
I don't know.
Did Destiny remove his tweet making fun of the guy that died? Because it says the post was deleted by the post author.
I don't know. Maybe
because I'm trying to find it and I don't see it.
Well, I mean, I screenshotted it, so if you want it, I have it.
I can't find it.
I'm going to drink coffee tomorrow, Disparu, and think of you. Anyway.
This is the one where I had, like, when I read this one, I was just like, okay, I'm done with these freaking Destinies. This is just disgusting. Like, you can like disagree.
About chat, this idiot right here.
Yeah. You can talk about like disagreeing with somebody you absolutely hate. And like, you know, Destiny constantly says like, you know, I don't like Trump. He's an insurrectionist, blah, blah, blah. And that's fair. I mean, you can politically think that about your political opponent as a political party member, blah, blah, blah. But a person that's going there and just being there and a bystander gets killed. And this is your mentality. And you're like, I don't feel sorry for this person, or like, who fucking gives a shit? That's when you lose me, because I'm like, okay, so you're no longer, you're not even a liberal anymore. This is what we're talking about. The liberal compassion is absolutely dead, because back in my day, when I used to be a liberal, one of the reasons I liked being a liberal was that, you know, we cared about human rights, and, you know, the bleeding heart liberals that always care about the poor man and, you know, the downtrodden and all this shit. This is no longer what the liberals about. So this guy who is, you know, quote unquote, the omni-liberal, I mean, you're fucking off your deep end, bro. Like, what the hell are you talking about?
Well, that's why I call them
compassion?
leftists
Nothing.
now. I don't even.
No, there's no compassion.
Commandeered that term. It's no longer the classic liberal that we've known, pretty much. It's not. That's why I say left. I don't say liberal anymore, because, like, progressive, another word that they like the far left have commandeered to make it seem like they are actually, like, you know, right for the country.
Yeah,
that's why I say leftist.
This is the man who died, right? And he quote tweeted this man and said, "This is the fucking retard that got killed at the Trump rally." Fucking LMAO.
Yeah, and
I believe this is the one that he deleted. He deleted this tweet.
The one Corey had retweeted and said Putin 100%. It was a meme of it was Biden, Kamala Harris, and Putin and
Hillary. I think it was Hillary.
Was it Hillary? Yeah, was it Hillary? And then it said, like, you know, who would you save from a fire or whatever? And this guy was like,
oh yeah, that
Putin
meme
100%.
going around pretty much, like, you know, it's like including
Hitler.
It was
just
like, you know, it's
he
like
was reacting to a meme.
He was reacting to a meme,
Yeah.
and then you know, this is Destiny's response to that.
Yeah.
Which is disgusting. I mean,
it's
just
destroyed
gross.
him. He's gone off the deep end. I can't see him coming back from this, because he has absolutely no moral compass anymore. He can't stand on his soapbox. He couldn't stand on his soapbox before and preach, but he would do it anyways. Anybody who supports this man after this right here, after having absolutely zero human compassion, because regardless of politics, like, someone died in an attempted assassination. Like,
well, I went on the Spaces to see here his justification.
Protecting his family. He died protecting his family.
Stephanie, I went on the Spaces to hear his justification for that tweet, and the entire thing I listened to a long time was about his opinion that January 6th was the most heinous thing that has ever happened. Donald Trump is responsible for that.
Yeah.
Therefore, anybody that supports him supports an insurrection, and therefore they're not truly democratic people that basically deserve whatever they get.
Right.
Now,
And I've listened to Destiny streams. I've listened to him talk. And create excuses and validations for his way of thinking. But
yeah, interesting enough.
And he refuses to be wrong That's his problem.
Yeah, but
He
that's
is
the thing.
right. And
Interestingly enough, at the end, near the end of what I was listening to, because that thing went on for a while, Lauren Southern brought up the fact that, what he believes in right now with in terms of what's going on with Donald Trump. She kind of twisted around it on him, and she was like, look, if now Donald Trump wins this year, and the Democrats don't accept it, and they want to go to the Capitol and voice their thing, and maybe they're not going to be so nice about it, would you call them insurrectionists? And his answer was basically kind of like, yeah. And then she was like, would you be with them? And he was kind of like, yeah. So the interesting part to me is that he's willing to at least recognize enough that if you are part of a party, and then you really believe that something has been stolen from you, that he's also willing to do the same fucking thing. So that's really interesting to me, because the mentality there is like, at least he's applying it to both sides. You know what I'm saying? So he's fascinating. He's a fascinating individual. I think
I don't think he's a fascinating individual. I really don't.
No, I mean, by fascinating, I mean like psychotic. Like he should be fucking, like he needs a team of psychologists to figure out like what is going through your mind, man.
He said before, most of what he does is language games to win arguments. Yeah, I've heard him do that. I've seen him spin circles in order to win arguments. Yeah, yeah. They don't believe in truth. There's only power. Yeah, I've seen him do that in real time. Like I can't stand it. I can't stand people like that.
Evan says the difference is he knows he'd get away with that. And you're right, Evan. I think you're right about that.
Where is it at? Here we go. Look at this fucking video. It is shameful. Look at these women.
Oh my God.
Director of Secret Service Kimberly Cheadle says she is aiming to make the Secret Service more diverse and hire more women. Did you see
that woman trying to put her gun back in the holster and miss several
this female
times?
Agent couldn't even holster her gun today during the attempted assassination of Trump. A DEI hire. Yeah, she couldn't do it. And you know what? I get it. In the heat of the moment, your heart is racing. There's adrenaline. But you know what? You are a Secret Service agent. You should be trained to deal with those types of intense situations, to keep your mind straight, to where you are able to holster your fucking weapon. Like, I'm thinking like, other people are like, it's in the heat of the moment, man. Her heart is racing. Like, no. She is a Secret Service agent. She's literally trained to keep her wits about her.
Yeah, you are literally trained to be cool, calm, and collected. Literally the 3 C's in a situation, because, again, I can only speak from my personal military experience. I'm not security. I was something else in the military, but at the same time, no matter when you're going through basic training, when you're going on deployments, you are the one that basically is going to be on the front lines.
Yeah.
So you cannot be panicking. You cannot be overwhelmed or anything like that. You are the ones that the civilians are going to be turning to be protected. And if you're panicking, that's not.
I saw this video it was last night. It was like 3:11 in the morning when I actually saw this video, and I was just kind of looking at it like, what the hell are they doing? They look ridiculous. And you know what? I almost wanted to be behind them and be like, oh, well, look at that. Trump hired women for his security detail. But the more I watched this video, the more it pissed me off, because they looked fucking ridiculous. I was like, why
Get those women out of there.
They look like they're panicking, and they're not supposed to be panicking. She couldn't even look at her. She missed. She couldn't holster her weapon. So she's like, oh, I'll keep it out.
Yeah.
She couldn't do it.
Why is there so many of them? I mean, there's more women than men.
That is.
Why is that guy fingering the camera? That's funny.
Well, I don't know if he's fingering the camera, but more like fingering. I fucking phrasing. Giving the finger to the shooter to the other side, pretty much. Crazy.
Like, the only one that I'll give it to is this one right here, behind the girl that couldn't holster her weapon. This one. That's the only one that I'll give it to, because she literally like stayed in front of the door in case there was another shot. She's like putting her body between the people in the car, between Trump in the car and herself. Like, she's at least doing that. But these look fucking ridiculous. Like, I'm just like, what is going on?
Everyone's laughing at the fingering. Like, we used to call it fingering all the time, you know.
But it's almost like
it's a different.
I feel like
meaning.
I don't know.
It's
I don't know if I
different
want. I don't know. I don't even know if I want to say this. I don't know if I want to say this, because the fact that like this guy had his arm on her, it almost feels like he's inherently protecting this woman as well. Right?
It is. It's true. You're right.
Like that's
right.
how it comes off in my mind. Like, I need to protect this woman and Trump. Right?
I think you're totally right, because it's instinct.
Like, yes, it's instinct, almost like it's a distraction. Like, let me try and protect this woman.
100% instinct, because it's man's instinct to protect women. It's just the way it is. That's in their fucking genetics.
See, I mean, look, like, why is he putting his arm over her as if to protect her as well? See, like, why is he putting his arm on her?
100% is doing that. Yeah,
Almost
you're right.
Like it is a distraction a little bit. Like, I hate to say that. Because it's so anti-feminist, right? Oh my God.
No.
Are you saying that women need protection from men? Yes, 100% I am. But they look ridiculous. Like,
Yeah, they do. Ridiculous. They really do. Especially the really short one. Like,
me being on the Secret Service. Like, I'm doing
nothing. I like that one picture where like she's like fucking trying to protect Trump and he's like towering over her, and I'm like, if the guy could have shot, like, that is a headshot right there, bro. Like, that is not like, she ain't protecting shit. It was funny.
Like, when I was looking at it, I was like, is she going to get in the car with Trump? Like, that's what I was thinking. Like, maybe he's pushing her. Maybe he's pushing her in the car, but then she doesn't get in. She doesn't get in the car with Trump. So I'm like, why does he have his arm on her? The only other justification that I can think of is he's protecting her as well. So it's
we need Benny Hill for this clip. This is true. Somebody needs to put Benny Hill on this.
This is so ridiculous. Like, they look ridiculous. I really did. I was
the funny part too was that when she turned around and put her glasses on immediately, like, that was funny too.
Yeah. And she looks lost. Like, where do we go now? What do we do? Oh, I have to protect the vehicle while they're walking away. Okay, I'll come back and protect the vehicle while they're walking away. Like,
aren't they in a bulletproof car now?
It looks ridiculous.
Maybe an armored Chevy. It looks like. Well, not Chevy, but like we had to drive integrated armored vehicles when I was in.
But this is where
Afghanistan and Iraq.
U.S. Secret Service training exercise. This is where their focus is right now, focusing on DEI hire.
How long did you serve, Mara?
To have 30% women recruits by
10 years,
2030,
roughly.
and even allowed YouTube influencer Michelle Carre to train with agents.
But I'm very conscious as I sit in this chair now of making sure that we need to attract diverse candidates and ensure that we are developing.
Oh no!
Yeah, for Secret Service.
Oh, God.
We need to focus on DEI hiring, diverse candidates, more women by 2030
in our workforce, and particularly women.
And
particularly women, I'm gonna die.
Season, which for the first time includes a former president who already has lifetime protection.
I have to run my dog out. I will be right back.
Okay.
Can you believe that?
When Donald Trump was arraigned.
Well, let's get our first DEI hires, our women, and put them on our fresh hires, our fresh new hires, and give them to Donald Trump.
I can't with this. Wait, when is this report from?
I don't know.
We were able to work out the details ahead of time of how that particular
has a zero-fail mission. A mission officers are training to uphold, pretending this field is the most famous address in America.
So, you know what? They failed their mission yesterday.
That was terrible.
0 fail missions. They got a shot off of your boy. They failed their mission. Why? Because they're not focusing on hiring the best. They're focusing on adding 30% of female recruits and more diverse recruits by 2030. That's their focus.
That is mental. What the fuck? This DEI shit, man.
Yeah.
It's ruining everything. It's ruined entertainment. It's ruined fucking, like now it's gonna kill people. Like it's ruined like flights, like airplanes. Airplanes are falling apart. Pilots don't know what the hell they're doing.
Disper says, you know which way she votes. I mean, yeah. If she's this is your focus coming on to your job, this is where you want to put your focus.
Recruits by 2030.
This is wild.
And even allow
this part right here, this next part, allowing an influencer to come and train.
YouTube influencer Michelle Carre to train with agents.
But I'm very
Why? Why are you allowing her to come and did she vlog it? Did she make some TikToks and make you guys look
virtue
cool?
signaling? Like this is actually kind of crazy.
Holy crap.
Wow.
Yeah. And it just leads, what does it lead to? Incompetency. It leads to incompetency. That's what it leads to. It leads to incompetency. They look ridiculous out there.
Especially that woman with the holster. Like, my God.
Yeah.
Lady, you're embarrassing yourself.
She finally gets it in. She finally gets it in. And I'm sorry. I have to say that. Aren't they supposed to be in shape? She doesn't look in shape. Like
I was thinking that too. I'm like, isn't she too old and out of shape for Secret Servicing? Do they have any standards anymore? Like, I don't understand.
Like, she doesn't look in shape.
She
like, it looks like she can't find her holster. She's like, it's somewhere back here. I can't reach it.
Well, I guess she's wide enough to protect him. That's true. She looks like Paul Blart.
It looks fucking ridiculous. Like I can't.
Oh, it looks so bad.
DEI hiring leads to incompetency. Like that what happened yesterday is incompetency. And yeah, I'm gonna put on my tinfoil hat. Yeah, inside job it could have been, but still, it's incompetency.
That is fucking 100%. Wild.
Where's it at? Where is it at? I'm trying to find the other thing. Hold on, let me go.
I'm retweeting this and saying DEI is getting people killed.
Yeah. Yes. It's crazy.
I literally just did that. I was like, what?
Secret Service posted this video a few months ago to boast about hiring more female agents. The director says they're aiming to have 30% more women recruits by 2030 to be more diverse. These are the results. Let's watch it now.
50 years ago today, the Secret Service appointed the first female agents to its ranks.
Coming in, I was young and excited and ready for that challenge. That's exactly what the Secret Service gave me.
Voters popped up and I said, that's what I want to do. And I set my heart to it.
Secret Service to keep them secret? Like, why are these people like letting it out?
Yeah, that's the whole point. Not not to know their identities, not to know.
So why are we like figuring out about like the life story of these people? I'm confused. I'm so
because
confused.
strong women music. You didn't hear it in the background?
I know. Girl power. Girl power music.
What the fuck? It's supposed to be fucking secret. Where's the part of the secret of Secret Service?
To be a mother in the Secret Service, it is possible to.
Oh, like reveal that you have a family. Yeah, that's a good thing.
Limit when you come to this agency.
That's not going to be
I think
against
that
you at
this
all.
is an exceptional.
This is just
I'm a mother.
hilarious.
I'm gonna go get shot for someone else and leave my kids fucking homeless and fucking without a mom. What the fuck?
Agency with people who do amazing things every day.
This is so
What is this? Who made this
so fucking
video?
cringe.
This is cringe.
They hired
Who
more
made
women
this
though.
video?
They had Congratulations, Secret Service.
Yes, Queen. You made
Being a
it.
part of history is probably the best part of this job. I feel like I am constantly making a difference, and I can go home and safely say that I'm leaving my imprint on the planet. You see, the White House.
No, seriously, who made this video? Is this like, is this done by
The Secret Service did. The Secret Service made this video.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
They posted it a few months ago, boasting about hiring more female agents.
This is like when the army put out that cartoon video about like the women in the army. Remember? Like that was so fucking cringe.
Yeah, they posted this video. I mean,
President,
come on.
and then I go home and I protect my daughter.
Oh my god, this is so bad.
Bro.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. Women are not intimidating because if I saw her running up to like try to control the situation, it would look like a female. Sorry, I do not want to equate her to Paul Blart, but that would be like a fucking mall cop trying to de-escalate a situation.
This part right here is so cringe.
The music is so cringe.
Like, lift
He
the
is
weight,
so
stare at
cringe.
the camera.
That is
You are a powerful woman. You didn't earn this, but you know what? We're going to feature you anyways. You are literally a diversity hire. All of you. All of you women that you're just hired because we just want more representation in the Secret Service. Serious. This is a very important job. This is a super important job. And they are they're aiming at 30% more women recruits. Like that's where their focus is. Their focus is not, let's not hire, people qualified. No. We need women, like more women. You want to apply for the Secret Service? You got the job. This is so
It is
cringe.
possible to be a mother in the Secret Service. It is possible to obtain promotions through hard work.
The sky's the limit when you come to this agency.
I think that this is an exceptional agency with people who do amazing things every day.
What you do? The fuck?
Oh, this is so bad.
Oh my gosh.
I gotta find this video.
You know,
This is so cringe.
I don't want to say that like there aren't competent women out there who can do this job, because there's women police officers out there, right? But the fact that their focus and their aim is DEI hiring more women.
No, you know what?
Like,
You know what,
that's the
Stephanie?
focus.
I'll say it. You don't want to say it. I'll say it. They shouldn't be hiring women to protect people. Okay, look, women are good at stuff. We are good at investigative work. So if they want to do like Secret Service stuff where they're behind the scenes
There are desk
investigating
jobs.
this, the desk jobs.
There are agents, like not necessarily protective agents, but there are agents who investigate
Yes.
scenes. They can do
That's
that.
fine. You know,
Yeah.
like those things are fine. But when you want to do like the protecting of the president kind of stuff, like no. Like that's when you have the men, because again, like what you were saying earlier, like the men's like instinct is to protect even the women that are there.
Right.
So
That's where I was headed. That's where I
yeah,
was
I'm
headed.
sorry. I totally.
No, that's okay. That's where I was headed. Like I want to say that there aren't competent women out there, but there are men that could do the job better, and they're
Yes.
not focusing on that. They're focusing on hiring more women, even incompetent women. They're hiring them just because they are women.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
And
it.
they should be hiring them for their investigative stuff. Like I've always told Anna, that Star Wars girl, like she needs to make like her and like Brittany Venti, like that they can be like private investigators because they're really good at tracking down shit. You're like they're really good at tracking down like, you know, and investigative journalism, and like, you know, investigating like certain things. So when you have the resources of, like, let's say the Secret Service, you know, you could do a lot of good work as a woman there. But the protecting people part, like, leave that to the men. Leave that to the dudes that can holster their gun properly. Just, you know,
the men that can keep cool under extreme pressure.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, I think that it's very interesting. Like, you know, these jobs right here, like, yeah, I'm sure that women can do that. These types of jobs. The fact that they put a girl in here with her daughter and saying, like, even if you have a daughter, you can do this. I don't think that women with children could do the job of protection detail. I'm gonna say it. I don't think that they would do a good job at protection detail.
I agree.
Because like in their mind, they're going to be thinking like, oh my gosh, what happens if something happens? And then
they're going to be thinking, I want to go home to my kid.
Yeah.
That's what they're going to be thinking.
Yeah. What if something bad happens and, you know, I can't protect the president and I get shot? Can I put myself in that line of fire? You know?
And not that men don't think about these things, because I mean, a lot of these men have families as well. It's just that it's their instincts. You know, this is all about instincts. Like, you know, we talk about like how there are two genders. You know, we've talked about these kind of things. That comes with being a man or a woman, right? Like, we just have different instincts. Women have different instincts, men have different instincts, and the protective instincts is a very manly thing. I know, like, women,
and you saw that in that video. You saw that in the video with the man his arm around the woman. Like, why are you putting your arm around the woman? There's no need to do that. But it's very intentional that they have this in here, saying like, oh, even if you have a family, if you have a daughter, you can still do this job. You can, depending on what the job is, but I don't think that women with children should do protection detail. And I don't give a shit if you don't think the same way. That's what I think. They can't do protection detail.
I agree with you.
They can't do protection detail. But look at this photo. Look at her. Look at these people over the president and where she's crouching behind.
Why is she crouching, like hiding away? Aren't you supposed to like pile on? Like, it's supposed to be a scrum.
Yes, you're supposed to pile on. These men are piling on, and she's behind them like, oh my gosh.
Can I get through, please? What the fuck?
It does not look good.
I don't want to get shot.
This is making me enraged.
Shots are fired. Trump touches the right side of his face. Trump takes cover as agents rush to the podium. Male agent, get down, get down, get down. More shots heard as Trump surrounded by agents. Female agent, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? A man in distress.
You're supposed to be doing your job.
Your job. That's what you're doing. Your
Yeah.
job. See, because why is she questioning? What are we doing? What are we doing? Because she can't think in intense situations like that.
What you were fucking trained for. This is your day. This is your time. Like, that is literally what you are there for this moment. And you fail. Well, I mean, it could have been worse, guys. It could have been
woman
worse.
that can't holster her gun is the one that's down there, crouching down.
She should be fired.
Oh yeah, she got scared. She got scared. She fucking. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing?
100% got scared.
She got scared. She got scared. She got scared. Yeah, 100%. She got scared. The man is doing his job. Get down. Get down. Get down. The men are doing their jobs, throwing themselves over the president like they're supposed to. What are we doing? Crouching. What are we doing?
Yeah.
What the hell are you? What you're trained to do, that's what you're doing. You're trained to protect the president.
Yeah. And that means
put
diving
yourself
on
in the
him
line
like
of fire and get him out of there.
Yeah.
Not ask questions as something very intense and life-threatening to the president is happening.
Yeah.
She's like hiding behind them just in case a bullet comes out. That it hits
100%.
them
That's what she's doing. She's protecting herself. Yeah.
She was like,
literally looks like he's like, oh my God, this actually happens. Like,
yeah, she's like, I am fucking dying for you people. I don't get paid enough.
I'm like,
for this
like the men are doing their job. Like, you know, if you're like to boil down the position of protective services for the president, your job pretty much is to, you know, protect the president by being a human shield sometimes, and that means throwing your body in the line of fire, diving on him, pushing him to the ground, and make sure he's safe. That's what the men are doing.
Disper says, is that the same one who bent down to pick up the hat instead of guarding his body? I don't know.
I don't know. We have
Which
to
one
look
was
that
the
up.
one
Let
that
me
dropped the hat?
look for the video.
Yeah, we gotta go back and see the video.
Let me look for the video. I just saw that too. I was like, huh, I don't know. Let me look for the video of but yeah, it's so ridiculous.
So bad, man.
It's so ridiculous. I'm like, come on, ladies. Nope, you suck. Come on, ladies. Nope, you suck. Fucking terrible. They deserve all of the criticism that they are getting based on
it
the
wasn't enough
transcript
that
of
it
what
killed
happened.
Star Wars and all these other entertainment properties. Now it's actually killing real people. Like, it's like, that's not cool.
Is this the full video? I have to see. Hold on. I don't know if this is the full. No, this isn't the full video. Hold on. We got to remove it. Let me try to find the full video because I didn't even notice someone pick up a hat at the end.
What? Hold on. Somebody just linked me to this. I think somebody who's watching in the chat. Headley just linked us to this. I'm gonna pull up this article for you.
Okay.
I'm gonna put it in the back. This is wild. I don't know if this is true. I just saw the headline and I was like, wait, what?
Jesus, New York Post has so many fucking. Oh my god. This is what happens when you hire women. Secret Service officer who fought colleagues while assigned to Kamala Harris once sued Dallas for $1 million, claiming gender bias.
Oh my god. Oh no.
We're all with several other agents. Okay.
An agent assigned to Kamala Harris came to blows with other Secret Service officers. Secret Service agent who was tasked with protecting VP Kamala Harris brawled with several other agents on April 22nd.
Cat fight.
I think it's probably male agents.
No problem.
The altercation took place around 9 a.m. Dear Andrew Base, prior to Harris's arrival on the scene, and the agent in question was removed from their assignment. He explained that it was because of a medical matter.
She was on her
the
monthly.
department would not
That's
disclose
what
any
mattered.
further details.
She was on her monthly. That's why.
She was on
That's
her
what
monthly. Jesus Christ.
According to reports, the agent who was armed acted erratically when she arrived on the scene, eventually mounting another agent and punching them.
I'm like so close to the truth. I'm so close to
Jesus
the truth.
fucking Christ.
Oh my gosh. Let me see. In December 2016, the senior corporal with the Dallas Police Department filed her claim against the city, alleging she was targeted for being a female officer and treated less favorably. The heck? The outlet reported she began mumbling to herself, hiding behind curtains and throwing menstrual pads and other items at another agent, telling her colleagues that they were going to burn in hell and needed to listen to God. When the special agent in charge relieved her of the assignment, she shoved, tackled, and punched him, quoting a source who said that she snapped erratically. She was retaliated against for reporting sexual harassment and other wrongdoing by Dallas cops. after she was allegedly assaulted by a male superior, she claimed intimidation tactics were used as investigative tools to persuade her from seeking criminal relief against the officer who assaulted her. The hell? The lawsuit
She
also
should have never
alleged
had that job to
no,
begin with.
no.
I mean, I'm not like excusing physical assault, but you shouldn't be working there.
Yeah. It was alleged that she was not allowed to return to Special Crime Reduction Team after reporting the alleged assault and was also refused overtime patrol shifts, causing stress and mental anguish from loss in payment compensation. The hell? The fuck? Oh my gosh.
Crazy man.
Yeah.
But they believe that we're emotionally competent to handle a high stress job. I'm just saying.
Yeah. I'm trying to find the full video of the Secret Service agent. Let me see if I'm trying to find the full video. You know what? I think where's
like the video you had from Fox, right? The original shooting.
Yeah.
The original shooting.
The original shooting video, like the full video. I want to see her. I think she is the one that picks up a hat. Hold on, I'm looking.
That's her.
Oh no, I don't think she was. No, she wasn't the one that picked up the hat. She wasn't the one that picked up the hat.
She's not. Share your screen. Let's see it.
No, she wasn't the one that picked up the hat. It's this girl right here that picked up the hat.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not her.
Yeah, no.
Where's the other lady? This is Ben Shapiro's video. Because he's down. Where's the other lady? What are we doing? What are we doing?
You know, I gotta say, all those people that are like standing there, they're kind of a little bit retarded because they should all be like fucking hitting the deck, especially that guy, the tall guy right there. Like,
I don't think they
deck,
knew what
bro.
was happening. Like in the heat of the moment, I'm not sure they all knew what was happening.
Dude, you hear popping sounds, and the,
I think they
Secret Service is covering
They probably didn't know like what it was exactly. You know what I mean?
Well, I think they did duck down when they heard the popping sounds, but like when they
Yeah.
stopped, I think that's when they stood up.
I would be
I'm not saying
hitting
it's been
the deck.
smart. I would have stayed on the ground.
I would have stayed on the ground too.
But I did see people like go. I see people were still like low on the ground. I think they all did, but then people started standing up. So
Yeah, but then you never know though. Like, what if there's multiple shooters? You have no idea. I'd be
in the back. Like, what
fucking
is
on the
she
ground.
doing? Like, it's so funny watching this with no sound because he stands up and this agent immediately like walks away. Where's she going? This man's telling, get back on her. Look at her.
Oh my! Look, this is what I'm talking about. She's so short.
And then this one, what are you doing back there? Like, what are you doing? Oh, she finally
it's a
comes
group
around.
hug, guys. It's a group hug.
Well, they're shielding him. They're shielding him. But it's interesting to see that like she walked away at first because she's like they didn't know what
She
they
had
were
no
doing.
idea what she was doing.
The man had to tell her, go back. What are you doing? Go back. And then this one too. She looks like she doesn't know what she's doing. She's like, what's going on?
She should be protecting his head, though. That's the thing. Like, you know, like it's just she's so short. That's unhelpful.
I like her shirt. Mean tweets 2024.
That's a good shirt.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
yeah, this bird, she can't reach his head. That's what I'm
No, she
saying.
can't
Like,
reach his
she's
head.
so short. It was like
Yeah.
the first thing I thought was like, dude, I mean, if there was another shooter, that's done. I mean, she's literally she's so
Yeah.
short.
protect his beautiful hair. I swear, I'm looking at it like that's like me, right? Being over there, I could protect nothing.
No,
I could protect nothing. I think his protection detail need to at least be as tall as he is. So they surround him and protect him. They can't be shorter than him. Like they should be at least as tall as President Trump. The people surrounding him should be at least as tall as he is.
Exactly.
What's the point of hiring somebody short who you can easily like get a shot over their head? They're still in the visible line of sight, right?
And
Like,
I mean that about men too. Like you don't want short men. Like you got to have someone.
No, yeah, you have to have people as tall as Trump who can make a circle around him, who can protect him.
Exactly.
From like all of these men, like if you look at this right here, they're all at least as tall as Trump
Exactly.
is.
Yeah.
They're all as tall as Trump is.
Exactly.
Right?
She's
So
she's like
right
on her
here.
tippy toes. She's like on her tippy toes trying to like get to these guys that are like taller. So she's like trying to reach them.
Like
It looks
she is
so
the
bad.
main one in front, and she can't like if imagine another man right here, and just like Trump, like just barely making it through. He can make it through to do that fist bump because she's so small.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Like they should all be as tall as these three men. All of them. All of them should be as tall as these three men here. Or they should maybe have positioned her behind Trump.
Well, or put the women next to the car, right, with the doors open, right, like so the men
Yeah.
can get inside the
Yeah.
car
Yeah.
and out. Like like use get your
The
ass in
women
the
should be
car,
away.
get ready. Yeah, get it ready.
Yeah.
She's protecting a nipple.
God damn it.
Oh my gosh. Anyways, dude, this moment is
Isn't Trump supposed to pick his VP tomorrow?
I don't know.
If not tomorrow, then soon. He has to do it soon because he's basically accepting the nomination, so he has to reveal who his VP is. So it's got to be at the convention. Certainly. So.
Yeah, he is still going to the RNC convention. Where is it at? Blah, blah, blah.
Who do you guys think he's gonna pick?
He says right here.
I don't know. I don't know whom he's going to pick. I know like some I would like to see him pick, but
based on yesterday's terrible news, I was going to delay my trip to Wisconsin and the Republic National Convention by 2 days, but have just decided that I cannot allow a shooter or a potential assassin to force change to scheduling or anything else. Therefore, I will be leaving for Milwaukee as scheduled today. That's incredible. He's not gonna. He's like, no. I can't. Now is not this time to show cowardice. I need to show strength. Which good on him. Good on him. He needs to show strength. So I know that he is there already. So, but yeah, moment in history. Like dude, this is bravery and courage, and this is something that America needs. All right, Joe Biden is nothing but a coward, a weakling, and
he's been
he's mentally unfit for the presidency. I completely forgot about Mark
He put
Hamill.
the bill in place that pretty much is the cause for the mass incarceration we see in prisons now. Over certain drugs that should not be felonies, or at least that level of felonies.
The friggin' pimp even got an early round of golf this, but he did. I saw someone tweet,
that.
I saw
I didn't know
someone
if it was
tweet out.
true or not.
Imagine getting a attempted like assassination and still making a 9 a.m. tea time.
Yeah,
I saw that, but I didn't know if it was like an old video or not, because there's a lot of videos of Trump going around, or like of him golfing. There's a lot of them.
Does
So
it
I
show
don't
up
know if
his
it was
ears bandaged? So
I didn't see it.
Yeah, I saw it this morning. Mark Hamill, why'd you delete this? Didn't get the response you wanted. You've become so foul. This is what he tweeted yesterday. For you and your favorite person, congratulations. So happy for you. And he deleted it. I noticed that he deleted it earlier today.
What the fuck? What is that supposed to mean?
He's like, congratulations, Trump's still alive. So happy for you.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he tweeted this out like a little bit after, all the news happened. I was waiting for Mark Hamill to tweet something.
I know,
out,
I
and he
was
finally
waiting
did.
too.
I was waiting for him to tweet something out, and this is what he ended up tweeting. Because I knew it. Like, it was just a matter of time. I knew it. I knew who was gonna do it. I knew who's gonna do it. He's gonna tweet out something, and that's what he tweeted. And it was so funny because like a little bit after I tweeted this out to him, he did this.
Yeah,
There's no
that's the
place
one
for
I
violence in
saw.
politics ever. I'm grateful the president is okay. That said, never
that guy.
forget that this is the guy who promised the NRA he would do nothing on gun control and told victims of shootings to just get over it. Ban assault weapons
Which
now.
did not happen. Like again, basically false reporting. Was not worded like that or anything like that. Secondly, again, we have laws on the books for background checks. And the gun was actually legally purchased by the kid's father. That's what I'm getting from reports. It wasn't the kid who purchased the gun. It was the father purchased the gun because the father's a law-abiding citizen. So why shouldn't he be able to purchase a gun? But the father would have gone through background checks for that. Secondly, remember the shooting at that theater in Aurora, Colorado, years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Remember why the shooter picked that theater when there was like 2 or 3 other theaters that he could have gone to that were closer?
I don't remember.
Because it was a gun-free zone.
Oh.
He picked it because it was a gun-free zone. Because he knew no one would be able to be armed.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. I didn't know.
That's why he picked it. That's why a lot of these people pick certain places, because they know people aren't going to be packing.
I don't think, like, the funny part is I don't think this is going to change Trump's mind about guns at all. Like,
No.
I honestly don't.
No, they're going to try to spin it like that. Like it should.
Yeah.
But no, it's not going to change his mind. Yeah, that was the Batman movie. That's why they tried blaming, like, oh my God, all the violence and stuff like that. No, that.
And then they wanted to like bring it back with Joker. Like they're gonna, do it again.
Just happened to be the movie playing. That's it. There were like 2 or 3 other theaters he could have gone to on the way there, but he went to that theater because it was a gun-free zone.
AOC with her fucking shit. I saw all of the Democrats were just given the same thing to say on Twitter, because it's the same thing from all of them. There's no place for political violence, including the horrific incidents just witnessed in Pennsylvania. It's absolutely unacceptable and must be denounced in the strongest terms. My heart goes out to the victims, and I wish the former president a speedy recovery. They're all told what to say, which makes sense, right? Because that's like the Democratic way. We tell you what to say and you say it. But she goes on. There you go. If you're a senior Democrat that feels, a senior House Democrat, we've all resigned ourselves to a second Trump presidency. If you're a senior Democrat that feels this way, you should absolutely retire and make space for true leadership that refuses to resign themselves to fascism. Well, there you go. Yeah. Going back, fascism. Yeah, they're not going to change. They're not going to change. They want violence. They want division. They want violence. They want division, because that's how they get power. That's all this boils down to. They want power. So, anyways, I know Nina has to go.
Yes, I have to take off. It was so fun to hang out with you, ladies. I thank you for inviting me on. It's a terrible topic to be talking about. I'm not gonna lie, it's not a good one. But it's things could have been much worse. So I'm glad that we live in the timeline where, thankfully, he's okay. We're not out of the woods yet, though. Like, I am a little bit concerned, because I feel like, there might be a second attempt, maybe. I don't know. I hope not. But I do hope that from this, at least, maybe the Secret Service can clean up their act a little bit. Like, I don't know. There's definitely a need to now. So I guess I'm going to leave those as my party words, saying that, I hope they can clean up their act and, fish out some of these DEI hires. I don't know, get their shit together, because clearly some people want this guy dead. So
I agree with you. I think that there might be a second attempt, especially based on a lot of those unhinged TikToks, angry that the shooter didn't do his job.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
That someone
It's
else
concerning.
yeah, it is concerning that is the mentally deranged, the mentally unstable people's response.
Like the amount of people going like, "Oh shit!" Like,
This
too
might,
bad.
this
It's
might
like, oh.
embolden someone else to finish what the shooter started. Like that's my
Exactly.
worry with seeing what all of those people, all those mentally deranged, crazy people are putting on TikTok. And you know what? This is the I don't want to know. This is what crazy leftist liberals like it leads to. There's just deranged mindset. I don't know.
It's very concerning.
Yeah.
But having said that, I love you ladies, and thank you, chat, for watching. And I'll see you guys next time. And Stephanie, I don't know if you're gonna come on Toxic Femme tomorrow. See you tomorrow. If not,
yeah, I'll see you tomorrow.
You're invited if you want to come on. Go for it. See you guys later. Bye.
Bye.
Let's get through the last super chats, and then we'll go ahead and call it a night. Samuel for $9.99. Hey ladies, where did you find the footage of people straight up watching the guy crawl on the roof? Thanks. On Twitter. I think I read that.
Yeah.
Phil, member message. Wait, is Nina here too? Wasn't it bad enough? I need an inhaler just because of Steph and Mara. With Nina, I need a stronger dosage. Hey ladies in chat, what's up, Philip? Shell back for 2. The founding fathers were felon insurrectionists. Yeah. And then finally, Eric July's fire detector for $2 says beep. Those are good. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us. We appreciate it. Yeah, every Sunday we are here. Next week we'll be on Mara's channel. We trade off, so make sure you guys subscribe to Mara. Mara, where can they find you?
Well, you can obviously find me here on this channel. Like Steph said, next week it'll be on my channel, same time. Might still be covering this depending on what's going on. Might go back to basically talking pop culture news because that's what we like generally talk about. But then this shit happened, so we'll be like watching this throughout the week to see if any like more news comes out regarding the shooter and everything. I also have a Kick and Twitch where I'm dual streaming. Tomorrow I'm thinking about like getting back into playing some Gears of War 2. I've been playing The First Descendant. Wednesday, YouTube stream talking the first Mad Max film, like actual Mad Max, Mel Gibson, not Fury Road, that poser. So from Mad Max from 1979, we'll be covering that, and then Mad Max 2 or Mad Max Road Warrior, wherever you are in the world. That title changes the following week, and then I'll be on Orange Chat's channel this coming Thursday and the following Thursday, talking the singles movies where we're talking Legend of Tarzan and Voyage of the Demeter. And then Friday and Saturday I leave open for what streams may come. Sunday afternoons I do watch parties on my Discord. So today we watched the 3rd Austin Powers film and do another watch party Sunday afternoon because if I'm not when I'm not doing D&D, I should say. It's something people can do just to relax. So, yeah. So I'll be getting back into Gears of War 2. My plan like tomorrow about 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Because I raged at the first Gears of War, but then the game punishes you for playing by yourself. So,
yeah. I'm going to go and watch House of the Dragon. Looking forward to this episode. I'll see you guys later on tomorrow for a. What am I doing? For a Twitch and Kick stream, and then Toxic Femininity over on Midnight's Edge channel. Oh my gosh, it totally spaced. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me tonight. And yeah, I'll see you guys later. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me put this on for the ending. Bye, guys. See you later. Bye, everybody.